7 goals. So look at these 3 big boys, and all of them have names: Messi, Mbappe, and Haaland.
Yeah.
Now you can imagine 777. Who is going to break that chain? Who is going to break that chain? So the next game, Argentina or France, whoever is going to score 2-3 goals is going to be ahead of the pack. But you never know. Somebody can come with a serious hat trick and make it 10 goals. So, yes, let's wait and see.
Yeah, that's for sure. And today's game, by the way, we have Portugal and Spain playing. That will be a really, really, really huge battle, I can imagine.
Two
and
strong
I'm sure,
teams.
Two very strong teams. So I can imagine just how entertaining that will be. And of course, it's going to be shown right here on KBC at 10 p.m. All your eyes should be, on KBC for that particular match. That is going to be quite something for sure.
All right. Okay, so I'll give my prediction. That is Portugal and Spain. I'll give you my prediction shortly. But how about we get to the show now? Today, let's talk about the political heat wave. We are continuing from where we left last week on Monday with the same panel that I had here last week on Monday. They were on fire, and that is going to be the continuation of what we discussed. So today, let's talk about its politics of, all right, political heat wave, politics of. That is the question. So they'll be answering them one by one in the next 1 hour, all right, until 8:15. So Honorable John Waluke will be here once again. He's a member of Parliament of Sirisia constituency. Judge Kithi, advocate of the High Court. Daniel Orogo is political and governance consultant. And I'm getting an apology from Dr. Peter Mbai, who is the DCP Secretary and Economic Affairs, who is actually headed to Munyoro. He just told me he's going to Munyoro, so we'll understand. So the 3 will be here at exactly 7. Join me then. Vivian.
All right. And aside from politics, today being a Monday, you know that we talk matters family here. And on Family Matters today, we are going to be having a conversation on growing up online, which is the reality for most Gen Zs and most Gen Alphas and the Gen Betas who are just being brought up right now. So what are the dangers of growing up online? Because there are so many dangers that are just surrounding them when it comes to matters online, from online bullying to sexual innuendos on there. There's a lot of things that are just looming at them. So that is what we will be looking at today, growing up online, and we'll be having youngings right here on the show so that they can be able to also just speak for themselves and the dangers that are there and how to ensure that they get to overcome that. So be sure to just stay with us until the end of this particular show. Mike?
Good morning.
Welcome back, by the way.
Asante sana. It's good to be back. And today I want us to talk about Kiswahili, given that the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO, designated the 7th of July every year to be the World Kiswahili Day. And given that Kiswahili is one of the official languages at the African Union, we just want to look at how it's faring around the continent and also at the global level. I'll be joined by Moses Otieno, who is the head of exams at Kenya High School, and also Purity Cherono, who's a communications specialist, editor, and AI linguistic expert, and also Wekesa Toby, who is the head of Kiswahili department at Kenya High School. They will be joining me later on in the program to explore the World Kiswahili Day. So I implore you to tune in to this live broadcast. My name is Mike Migwe. Find me on social media at Mike Migwe. Good morning, Marie.
Very good morning to you, Mike.
How are you doing?
And welcome back.
Asante sana.
Mimi niko salama.
Kabisa.
Salmin. So ingekuwa kwamba tumeanza kipindi cha leo kwa Kiswahili. Manake tunashabikia Kiswahili. Lakini sitasema mengi, manake sisi wa Kenya tunasemekana kwamba tunasoma Kiswahili darasani katika mtihani, lakini ikifika kuongea inakuwa ni balaa. You've seen those, sometimes the Tanzanian parliament.
Yes.
Then compare that to the Kenyan parliament when they're speaking Swahili. But tunaelewa. Sivyo? Yeah, but Kiswahili is a very sweet language. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very sweet language. And I feel like when you speak Swahili, you speak to the heart. When you speak English, you speak to the mind. Like they say, when you speak somebody's mother tongue, you speak to their hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I don't know if you're aware, apart from just being an AU official language, but it's one of the languages that's supposed to be, at least, can I say, the African continent?
Yes,
it's trying to embrace.
It's even being it has been introduced in South African schools and also in Namibia, and over 100 universities in the United States are teaching Kiswahili.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, kinabobea.
Yeah.
Tutazidi kukishabikia. Sitaki kumwongelesha mwenzangu Victor. Manake.
Now we are trying.
Sio mdomo chake.
Yeah, but
Sanifu pia tuweza.
Yeah, exactly. Nimekusikia. Nimekusikia. So, asante sana for joining us from wherever you're joining us. This is Good Morning Kenya. Of course, I'll be bringing you up to speed with matters news in just a short moment. But just to touch a little bit, I was away, Victor, last week. But something was happening in the streets which got me a little bit off. Matters of security, what's happening?
Oh, I mean,
I couldn't just believe that people could actually be stopped in broad daylight on a highway and be robbed.
Do you know, the way it's happening, there are a lot of questions, even given the proximity of security installations, especially police stations, around the place where that was happening.
Yeah, I mean, Goonism is becoming a trend in the country, and it is quite scary and unfortunate that, you know, it's kind of becoming a norm now, which is
and
terrible.
It shouldn't really be.
Yeah.
That the word norm shouldn't even appear anywhere, you know. But all said and done, it's a concern that security operators need to take into consideration. We can't have the capital city where people are supposed to be, I'm not saying more secure, but yes, you know, secure. We have foreigners and locals and everybody else. You should be able to walk in your city comfortably anywhere, and of course, if possible, at any time. But if you'll be robbed as a motorist, you know, a passerby, or you know, it's very unfortunate. But let's hope that that is not something that will become a norm, but something that should be taken seriously, actually. You know, so that's said and done. Let's get to the news now, where President William Ruto has dismissed claims of political debt owed to the Mount Kenya region, while in Embu, President Ruto dismissed his critics who allege that he owes political support to certain individuals in the Mount Kenya region, saying that his long-standing bond with the region is the reason they supported his political ambition and development.
Sunday, President William Ruto was at the Full Gospel Church in Gatunguri, Embu County for Sunday service. President Ruto said his relationship with the region transcends political alliances and is rooted in a history of friendship and shared values.
Mimi nasikia kuna watu wengine kwa majivuno na kiburi wanasema mimi sijakuja kuomba kura Embu, ati wao ndio waliniombea. Mimi nauliza nyinyi watu wa Embu, mulinipigia kura, si ndio? Kwa sababu nilikuja kuomba. Ama si nilikuja kuomba kura hapa, mkanipatia, na tulikubaliana vile tutafanya kazi pamoja. So watu watulize boli.
Speaking during the church service, President Ruto said that his connection with the region spans over 3 decades. Ruto further noted that his relationship with the people of Embu was established well before his presidency and is based on mutual trust rather than mere political convenience.
Tukaja hapa kanisani tukiwa vijana, nikarudi hapa tena, wakati huo hata sikuwa nimeoa, nikarudi hapa sasa nikiwa na mke, nikarudi hapa tena nikiwa mbunge, nimekuja hapa nikiwa naibu wa rais, nimekuja hapa kwa mapenzi ya Mungu sasa nikiwa rais wa Kenya.
The president also addressed his critics, particularly those skeptical of his commitment to national development.
Kelele hii ni tumezoea makelele, lakini wananchi wanajua ni nani wa kufanya, ni nani wa kuongea. Sisi tutashirikiana na mimi nitasimama kidete.
The president, who was accompanied by several political leaders from central Kenya, reiterated his dedication to advancing a development agenda that ensures all Kenyans are supported regardless of their tribal affiliations.
Anagawanya wananchi, ati hawa ni wa mlima, hawa ni wa bonde, wale ni wa bahari, wale ni wa Jaluo, hawa sijui ni Tugunia, wale ni sijui ni Tongati. Kugawanya watu haiwezi kupeleka taifa letu la Kenya mbele.
A notorious lone crocodile has struck again in Nyamonye sub-location, killing one person. This latest tragedy comes barely a fortnight after a special report exposing how the killer reptile had already killed 5 people. As the death toll rises, so does the frustration of the locals. The Kenya Wildlife Service has offered little word on when or if they will relocate the killer reptile. Achola Simon brings us details of the rising death toll as yet another family is plunged into mourning.
The Saturday morning incident brings the death toll to 6 of the number of people killed within a span of 7 months by the marauding crocodile in Rahodho village, Imbo location, Nyamonye sub-location in Siaya County.
Hatuweza hata kufua juzi ndo ametaka kushika mtoto semeji yangu. Akienda kuchota maji akasikia kitu ikimteleza mkono akakimbia. Akishakimbia tena leo anashika mtoto wetu.
And in a cruel twist, the latest victim is an aquatic science graduate from Kenyatta University.
Tunazaa watoto atusaidie. Na tuwezi kuzaa watoto sisi ndo wanatuwacha. Nani atatuzika?
She recently returned to the village to find her footing after failing to secure a job within her field of speciality. Ironically, she will die in the very waters she studied. According to a resident who witnessed the ordeal, Beryl Ponge was attacked by the reptile as she was fetching water at around 6:30 a.m. Saturday.
Nikaona nguo nyeusi. Nikasema nini imefanyika? Mtoto akaniambia Beryl ndio yule anaenda na mamba. Nikasema Beryl, nini imefanyika mtoto wa mke mwenzangu?
Her mother, who was to accompany her to the river, is still in shock as she failed to accompany her daughter after receiving a phone call that forced her to stay behind while Beryl left to fetch water, leading the donkey on a 5-kilometer stretch to River Yala.
Nilipigiwa simu na huyu mama akaniambia, wewe nimetuma mtu hapo anakuja kukubeba na motorbike. Sasa kufika huko nilimuona. Kumuona sijui ni nini iliendelea. Mimi sasa sijui. Juu baadaye nilisikia tu apelekwe hospitali.
Residents have once again blamed the Kenya Wildlife Service for failing to act despite numerous pleas to remove the crocodile from the waters. Now caught between a rock and a hard place, the residents are pleading with the Kenya Wildlife Service to intervene immediately and prevent further loss of life.
Waache kutucheza na akili zetu. Sababu sisi mambo ya bunduki wao ndio wanaelewa. Na mtu hawezi lipua bunduki bila kujua analenga nini na hiyo bunduki yake.
Their anger does not stop with the Kenya Wildlife officers only. They are demanding local leaders to take responsibility by ensuring the community has access to piped water.
Mambo ya maji natumaliza. Kama mnaweza kutusaidia, mtusaidie.
And as they wait for action from the Kenya Wildlife Service or local leaders to ensure safe access to water, the waters of River Yala remain a gamble as the killer reptile remains on the prowl, waiting for its next victim.
After claiming yet another life, the killer crocodile is still on the prowl, roaming freely in the waters of River Yala. Ironically, a combined contingent of administration police officers and KWS officers have just left the scene after failing to capture the killer reptile. The locals can't pinpoint the exact location of the killer reptile, its movement, and its resting place. What they can also predict perfectly is that the killer crocodile is likely to claim the life of either one of the locals or their livestock.
Thank you so much, Achola Simon, reporting there from River Yala. And hopefully the Kenya Wildlife actually will take action, because 5 is too many to take action. Let's look at the political watch, where leaders across the country have continued to condemn the use of criminal gangs and goons to disrupt public gatherings ahead of the 2027 general election. The leaders who spoke in different events called on politicians to engage the youth in constructive politics and desist from exploiting them for political gain. They also want security agencies to act decisively and arrest the gangs.
Barely a day after the Linda Mwananchi faction was attacked by goons during their tour in Keumbo, Kisii County, Anglican Church of Kenya Archbishop Jackson Ole Sapit has warned the trend of using goons for political expediency could plunge the country into chaos.
Ushindani wa uongozi si lazima iwe kwa njia ya vita na furugu na chuki. Tunashindana kwa ideas, tunashindana kwa yale ambayo tunaambia Wakenya waamue vile wataamua kulingana na kazi ambayo wameamini tunaweza kufanya.
Ule mwanasiasa yote ambaye anatumia wauni kuweza kuumiza na kukandamiza wamama, watoto na vijana wenzake ni mwanasiasa ambayo ameishiwa na hesabu.
Separately, PDP leader Martha Karua, speaking at St. James Catholic Church in Mwea, cautioned opposition leaders against premature declarations on a joint presidential candidate, warning it could breed disunity.
Hatujafanya the rules, the structures for announcing. So even if they is saying they are announcing, it is not for the united opposition, it's for them only.
This comes as former Kirinyaga woman representative Wangui Ngirishi faulted the government over alleged extrajudicial killings and forced disappearances.
Tunaweza fanya mambo mingi sana ya kusaidia, lakini the final decision ya kuchagua yule mtu ambaye utachagua, ujue kwamba ni wewe utakuwa ukiweka maisha yako.
And security debate continues to spark debate, with Makadara MP George Aladwa condemning a section of politicians for what he says is politicizing national security and unfairly targeting public officers.
Bwana Omolo PS afanye kazi yake kama PS wa Interior, kwa sababu hiyo docket ambayo ako ni docket very sensitive, na tungetaka mchezo nayo. Tunataka wapewe nafasi ya kufanya kazi. Tunataka usalama nchi mzima.
Kiti ya PS Omolo ni kiti very sensitive. Hata kama hapo kwa nyumba 10 kuna vile security iko. Security inaanzanga na wewe mwenyewe. If you weaken your security, tafadhali hata wewe mtu wa media hauko safe.
Makueni Senator Daniel Maanzo, on his part, is calling for a full probe into recent abductions and respect for media freedom and human rights.
Kusema ukweli, kazi ya media ni kuandika ile kitu ameona na macho.
Finally, a section of ODM leaders led by Mombasa woman representative Zamzam Mohammed are demanding an end to internal party wrangles, warning the persistent wrangles could weaken the party.
Na mimi nasema wewe na jeshi lako endeleeni kushika chama cha ODM, tusivunje chama, lakini sisi tuko pamoja.
To matters health, where a family in Ruiru is appealing for financial support to save the life of a mother of 3 battling stage 2 cervical cancer. The family says the cost of treatment is beyond their reach, which the doctors put at 1.5 million shillings. Our reporter has the story.
Jacqueline Njoki, a mother of 3 from Roiro, is battling stage 2 cervical cancer. The illness has left her family struggling with both emotional and financial challenges.
Imenipeleka karibu mwaka mzima juu nilianza na bleeding. Sasa sikuwa najua ni bleeding inaweza leta shida. Waliona shida na wakaniambia ni cancer. Na iko stage 2.
Sasa daktari ndiye alituambia ni cancer na iko stage 2 na ni cervical. Sasa wakati alituambia hivyo, akatuambia tukibizane, tusiende kukaa kwa nyumba, tuitane kama familia ndio tuweze kuokoa uhai yake.
Njoki is currently unemployed, while her husband Paul Kafoi is unable to work after developing a serious eye condition that has affected his vision.
Kwanza mimi ndio nilikuwa wa kwanza kuharibika macho na kula mashida mengi na hospitali, naye ndio alikuwa ananisaidia. Ikawa naye akashikwa na ugonjwa, imemsumbua kwa muda mrefu. Nimesubuka naye bila macho na siwezi kumsaidia.
Kama hapa ninakaa si kwangu, Hii nyumba ni ya kukondeshwa. Inataka pesa sina, mzee hayuko kazi. Macho ilipotea hivyo. Niko na watoto.
With no stable source of income, the family is struggling to meet daily needs as well as the rising cost of treatment. A well-wisher has stepped in to provide food and facilitate hospital visits, but doctors have recommended treatment costing 1.5 million shillings. The family is now appealing to members of the public for financial support, expressing hope that timely treatment will give Njoki a chance to recover and continue raising her children.
Tulitafuta pesa tukaona ile pesa tunaitishwa haipatikani. Tukarudi kwa nyumba tukakaa. Vile tulikaa kwa nyumba tukaona wakati ni kuenda unaenda, tukaita majirani. Tukatumwa boxing. Tukaenda nayo ikaenda kama wiki 2. Bado nayo ilikuwa inatakikana pesa na hatukuwa na pesa.
Tuombe wasamaria wema watusaidie vile wanafaa, angalau hiyo ugonjwa yake ya kansa akipewa livalo hiyo 1.5 ikipatikana anaweza tibiwa na atengenezwe na mwili kuwe sawa sawa.
Wasamaria wema wamekuwa wametushikilia hapa pamoja na hii jamii, na ikawa mahali tumefika isipokuwa ni marafiki, hatungekuwa tumefika. Chochote uko nacho.
Well-wishers wishing to support Jacqueline Njoki's treatment can send their contributions through M-Pesa number 0708 685 302, 0708 685 302.
Now, Nyandarua County is banking on its big 5 attractions: the Aberdare Ranges, Lake Oil Bolosat, the Happy Valley Homes, the Aberdare Arboretum, and its 2 equator crossing points to position itself as a premier tourism destination. Tourism Cabinet Secretary Rebecca Miano says the upcoming All Bolosat Cultural Festival offers a platform to showcase the county's hidden gems while diversifying Kenya's tourism offerings. Regina Manyara reports.
Ahead of the week-long festival celebrating tourism, culture, sports and the blue economy, residents of Nyandarua are gearing up for the All Bolosat Marathon.
First of all, is to thank my coaches, Mr. Sapolo and my coach Mary. They have been very supportive. The race have not been easy.
Situated at an altitude of about 2,400 meters above sea level, Nyandarua is increasingly being promoted as an ideal high-altitude training destination for athletes.
We've decided, instead of only selling ourselves as a food basket of potatoes, we want to combine this one with being a champion of wellness county.
We'll also have a marathon that will show the sports talent that this area has.
The county will use the festival to market its largely untapped tourism attractions and attract more local and international visitors.
Together with the Ministry of Culture and the Ministry of Sports, we want Lake Bolsat to be a tourist attraction, not only for Nyandarua people, not only for domestic tourists, but an international product where visitors can come in.
Tourism Cabinet Secretary Rebecca Miano says plans are underway to integrate Nyandarua into the Mount Kenya tourism circuit, a move expected to stimulate investment, create jobs, and accelerate socio-economic development in the region.
This is what we want to tell Kenyans. Kenyans should stop wasting their weekends in Nairobi. Kenyans should be able to drive in Nyandarua and see some of these things.
All Kalau Arboretum is one of the investment focus areas that the county is going to be fronting during the week-long activities that are centered around culture, tourism, sports and blue economy in the hopes of attracting investments to scale and bring this facility to its optimal use. I'm Regina Manyara reporting from All Kalau in Nyandarua County for KBC Channel 1.
Thank you, Regina Manyara, for reporting from Olkalau. Now let's take a brief look at the sports where Kenya's junior starlets took a major step towards qualifying for the 2026 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup after defeating South Africa 2-0 in the first leg of the final qualifying tie in Pretoria. Faith Boke gave Kenya an early lead in the 14th minute before goalkeeper Michelle Okoyo produced a crucial penalty save just 3 minutes later to preserve the advantage. Brenda Acheng sealed the impressive away victory with a second goal in the 61st minute as Mildred Church's side delivered a disciplined performance to put 1 foot on the global showpiece. Now, the junior starlets will now host the decisive second leg at Nyayo National Stadium on the 12th of this month, carrying a 2-goal advantage into the return fixture. The winner on the aggregate will secure a place at the 2026 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, with Kenya aiming to qualify for the tournament for a second consecutive time. Well, that is where we bring the news to an end this morning. Thank you as always for your time and your company. My name is Mariam. Of course, the rest of the Good Morning Kenya crew is on standby to take you or to steer you through the rest of the program. Have a bright day.
Anyway, ukitaka kutazama mchezo yote iko KBC.
Got the fear of missing out? Want to keep up with all the latest entertainment news and latest celebrity gossip? From the latest rumors to popping events to the newest fashion trends, here is where you get all the tea or juice when it comes to entertainment, and you get it served on time. All that and so much more on Grapevine every single Monday from 10 p.m. and a rerun every Tuesday from 2 p.m. only on KBC Channel 1. Remember, if you did not see it on Grapevine, then it most probably never happened.
All right, welcome back. It's now 3 minutes past 7 a.m. Good morning. If you're just joining us, this is Good Morning Kenya. Today being a Monday in politics, talking about politics and what really happened over the weekend and what you should be expecting in the coming week. All right, I'll give you a quick update on the World Cup, of course, because Hurricane also did something. Again, England beating Mexico 3-2, and that means that England have advanced to the round of 8. So more to come. Okay, so today being a Monday, I'm joined by Wakili George Kithi, who is an advocate of the High Court, and Mheshimiwa John Major Waluhe, who is the Member of Parliament of Sirisia constituency. Daniel Orogo will be joining us shortly, and an apology, of course, from Dr. Mbai, who is on an official function somewhere. But the show has to continue. All right, so Wakili, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you once again. Salama, salama.
Good to see you again. Thank you.
Karibu sana, and Mheshimiwa Waluhe.
Yeah, good morning.
Major, good to see you. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
How's the weekend?
Good.
It
was good.
We also, what happened? It was quite intense.
It was seen all over
right.
the world, yeah. Yes.
Great. Mulembe Nation, Niko Salama?
Very well.
Very nice. Let me take you through the front page of the local dailies. Wakili, you'll take the Daily Nation, and Mheshimiwa, you'll take the Star. On the front page of the Standard, broad-based family, that is on the front page of the Standard, broad-based family. The Standard reports that an obituary has cast fresh light on the remarkable reach of Speaker Moses Wetangula's political and family network across government. Now, what began as a tribute to a respected Bungoma matriarch quickly ignited a national conversation after it revealed the sheer number of close and extended relatives occupying senior public offices. The disclosures have fueled fresh questions about political patronage, regional equity, and whether access to Kenya's most influential positions increasingly depends on family and political connection. The Standard has illustrated there with the main person on the front page is Speaker Moses Wetangula. You can take a look at that. On the inner pages, it also talks about education reform leaves schools with more cows than students. I think that's just a sorry state of some schools in the country and across some of the questions. And of course, that story continues on page 4, where family obituary thrusts Speaker into storm over government jobs. That story is detailed there for you. But the story that is also making the inner pages is rule of goons. Is Kenya going the Haiti way? That's the big question here, with goons reigning terror amongst innocent civilians across the country. And it's now upon the national government, headed by the Interior Cabinet Secretary, Kipchumba Murkomen, to do his best. Something that I love. Day schools shine at City Regional Music Festival. Okay, it's all about co-curricular activities. It's the music festival this term being a second term. Very quickly onto the sports. Behold, this is where it all began. The young ones. But the question is also being raised whether Cristiano Ronaldo is becoming a help to Portugal, or he's just a hindrance to their success. He's now 41. So the question is whether he's being a help or a hindrance to Portugal. That is the question being raised here on the front page and in the pages of the Standard. Wakili, what do you have on this Daily Nation?
Oh, thank you. The Daily Nation topical front page issue is, they say, revealed private firm pocketing share billions. Shah says says payments to contracted hospitals are made directly from the funds it manages. But then the topical issue is questions have risen over the role of a private company, Finsprint, in processing social health authority payments to hospitals, while a private consortium led by Safaricom in partnership with Convergence Network Solutions and Apero Limited is publicly acknowledged as the driver of 104 billion digital system. It has emerged that that company, Finsprint, also plays a role. One, for the firm reportedly returns 2% of the value of the claims. Then also police target MP over deadly Kisii goon violence, the same one you are talking about, involving Yaribari Chache MP, Zahir Chihanda, who has been summoned by police. The first inside page is inside process of returning Kenyans from South Africa. Yeah. You know what we did to them when they were at the World Cup. And then there's a story about Manda Island and poor residents there. There's also a case about DPP having lost a case and ordered to pay some money. I think there's the issue of the Shah goes on inside, and the story of the goons also goes on inside. There is one for details of land deal haunting Matiang'i. Court of Appeal finds that the land on which 2 schools sit was surrendered to state and didn't qualify for compulsory acquisition. And there's a story on that issue. And then there's a story of Mudavadi missing in action.
Yeah.
I think that concerns you.
You are saying.
Then the fresh abduction claims put Ruto Raila Park under scrutiny. I think that's a follow-up story. Ruto defends KBC and Safaricom stake. We had the president at Mount Kenya this weekend, which was highlight of your news story this morning. Of course, we have the stories of the sports.
Yes.
About Morocco.
Morocco is doing amazingly well.
Yes, and 34 games.
Yes.
Still unbeaten. They face the ultimate test. That's France. I don't know which side you are going to be. We have an African team in Africa. That is European, and we have an African team in Europe that is African.
Yes.
All right.
It seems you're so interested in football. Okay.
Yes, I am. Don't forget, I'm in sports.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
And don't forget you are an African.
The most important thing, you're an African.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I'll give you the rundown on which teams are now proceeding actually to the round of 8. It's been quite fiery. Haaland scoring 2 goals for Norway was just something that we didn't see that coming. Okay, Wishmua, I'll take the star on your behalf. Employers now feel pinch as 12% pay increase order takes effect. Workers to get pay arrears for last 2 months. That's the story that is continuing on page 4 and page 5. Ruto dismisses Gachagwa's role in 2022 poll victory. He said that alijitafutia kura, and so nobody actually helped him. Okay. And the story also continues where the court has awarded student 8 million shillings for cop brutality during the 2019 demonstrations. The story of President William Ruto dismissing Gachagua on 2022 polls also on second page. So there's a cartoon here. There's a cartoon. I don't know who this is, but I think this is Mheshimiwa. This is I think this is a gentleman we all know.
No, Mheshimiwa would know better.
Yeah.
That is Ditmas. Yeah.
That's Dismas.
But why is he looking shocked?
Shocked? No.
Shocked. He looks shocked.
Yeah, because of what is happening on the ground. As we speak, you know, team came late, but team now is ahead of him in terms of politics, Bungoma politics, gubernatorial.
Okay.
Campaign.
And there is somebody who looks like you exactly.
Yeah.
This is you down here, just behind Salasia.
The second cartoon?
Yes. That is him. This is you. This is you. Literally, look at the mustache. Look keenly. That is you. Literally, the mustache just behind Salasia.
Let's say it's a look-alike.
Or maybe that's a look-alike. On the start, it gets clear. But yes, the Bungoma politics becoming juicier every single day. Why so? Let me start by asking you that. Now that you're there all the weekend and it's appeared on the front page and the cartoon is also here, why is it so juicy all of a sudden?
Yeah, but that was just a funeral.
Yes.
We all went to attend a friend's funeral. The Honorable Wamboka's brother died.
Right.
So all politicians went to say sorry to our colleague. And then politics came up. Yeah, and it went like that. The way you saw it, you heard it, and that is how it was.
Okay. Wakile, do you have a question for him?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
So what happened?
No, we you know, politics. You are now joining politics.
Yes.
So we tried to, you know, like opposition actually tried to show that they are going to the next government as they spoke. But to me, it isn't because they had mobilized the ground for them, yes, and as we had not mobilized, we didn't know that it was going to be the way it was. And they almost carried the day on that day. So
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this must did something.
Not it must. Yeah. You know, people, these people, wananchi, when they see us politicians, they always expect at least maybe when you talk after talking, you promise that you are going to give them something or you are giving them something, money. But they did not. This opposition, you know, they always think that election is for free.
Yeah.
And it was, so what Ditmas did, he left and the crowd followed him. As usual, he always does that.
Yes.
Yeah, and they remained shocked when they saw all the crowd followed Ditmas.
Okay. Are you planning a comeback?
For what? No. We know we are strong on the ground. Yeah.
Okay.
We are strong on the ground.
You see, probably picking from what Mheshimiwa is saying, the culture is when you mobilize people, then you have to cater for their time spent with you.
Yes.
As a politician, because they've left their the places of work and the engagements of the day, and come to listen to you. But you see, it's transactional. Because if you mobilize them to come to you, then you should be able to cater for the day's stay with you, or whatever time that they come. Obviously, a shorter time is less expensive than a longer time. That's what probably Mheshimiwa is alluding to. Back home, at the coast, we call it samula.
Samula.
Samula. You dismiss people, and it's become official that when you congregate people, then you have to samula them. You disengage them by paying them off. So probably that's the expectation.
As we say, kufinya. Kufinya something. Humina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
humina. All right. So
they did not mina because they always believe that they are either popular, but to me they are not popular. There's no opposition, no strong opposition in this country as we speak. Because like Sifuna, when he came, after mobilizing the crowd for him, they expected a lot from him. And what shocked people after his speech, when he spoke, that he doesn't have a party. He has come for the people to direct him. And also he said that he doesn't have money. So that people should sell even kuku to support him. So, you know, that is a shocking story to a politician who wants to become the president of this country. Yeah. How can someone sell his kuku to support his campaign? Yeah, that is shocking.
Okay.
Yeah.
As politicians would say, everything is close to their chest. He knows what he's doing.
I think most
Maybe
importantly,
at the right time.
most importantly is the expression of power and pursuit for power has its variations.
Yeah.
There are times in political packaging where people would play victim in order to win sympathy, so that a politician could ride on a bicycle and get elected. That happens. Because people would get the expression that you are good for us and one of us, except that you have the means. But a seasoned politician cannot work. That for a seasoned politician won't work, because the presumption is that money and power are relatives. And that once you express yourself in a demeaning manner on account of asking a voter that the voter should fund you, it really works. Especially when you tell them an expression like, you sell your chicken to fund me, it is not offensive, but it's demeaning in the packaging of politicking.
Yes.
Contextually, therefore, you are telling the people, I cannot offer you a benefit of engagement now.
They have hope in you.
Yes, so you don't create hope to the people. Unfortunately, wealth and the packaging of wealth as against people who are poor, that's what gives you hope. Because a lot of those people that we engage in want to be given hope and probably want solutions that are immediate. Because when you're hungry, honestly, you can't be told you'll be given food some other time.
Yes.
Now, contextually, therefore, when you package it, the political packaging and messaging at the time, if it doesn't give hope, then people are going to walk away. And if this must, therefore, to him, the people who are going to walk to him or walk with him on account of the promise or how he's packaged himself before that incident, then obviously they're going to walk with him as against an oppositionist to him who would say that I don't have money. It looks ideal. It looks like the best political packaging in the context, but that's theoretical because the practical aspect on ground is that people want immediate hope, and that then it's politically demeaning for a person to tell people, "I can't samula you."
You.
Yes.
Okay. That's a new one today. We've heard samula you. So the economic pressures and of course the regional, thing that we're talking about. Let's come back to the to what is happening. Last week we talked about how the economy or the election in 2027 will be. We discussed that. And the most important one was the ethnic balance and the arithmetic and how the numbers would affect 2027. So today let's talk about the ideologies versus promises. All right, the ideologies. So let's talk about the ideologies versus promises, because you've talked about the issue to do with hope, selling hope to the people, but ideologies, the politics of ideas. You've heard the president saying hawana agenda. So is it hope or agenda? What does Wanjiku look for? Mheshimiwa, let me start with you. You've been in the game for quite some time. Is it ideologies or is it hope?
It is hope. But you can mix the two, hope and the ideologies, because it all matches. For example, all of us live on hope. Like us politicians, we live on hope. Sometimes you can hope like now what Sifuna is doing, is hoping that in future he may become a president if he plays his cards well, and that's not now, but in future, like another term, either when he's playing his cards well, if he does what Wananchi wants, if he looks for everything that is needed for him to make him become relevant, to continue with his politics, that is hope. So we live on hope and promises as well, because we promise people that we are going to do this, and with time you will do it. Yeah. And that is hope. Because I've told you that I'm going to buy you a TV, and you wait for me. Time will come. When I get money,
I will buy you a TV.
I'll buy you a TV.
Okay. I have two questions. Why do you say that Sifuna in future? Why not 2027? 2027 even in future?
2027, no. To me, he is not ready. And I even told in my speech on that day, because there were people from different sides of the country, from even Coast and Kisii, Ukambani, Machakos, Kitui, MPs who came for that funeral. So they was delivering the message that we have been sent to you people to say that we are supporting Sifuna. So in my speech I say that I expected them to say that if it is Kalonzo, because there are two who delivered Kalonzo's message, that Kalonzo is supporting Sifuna. So I expected them to say that Kalonzo has stepped down to support Sifuna.
All right.
Matiang'i as well, because there were Kisis who came, MPs who came there and delivered the same message. So that's what I expected to say. that indeed
to hear
yes, that Matiang'i has stepped down to support Sifuna, because if he's their potential candidate. But they don't say that just to say that we are supporting. Kalonzo is supporting Sifuna, Matiang'i is supporting Sifuna. In which way? What kind of support?
Yes.
They did not say.
Moral support.
Moral in politics does not does not work. That one even she can tell you, you can tell him, yeah, or he can say, I'm giving you moral support. That's not enough in politics. Yeah.
Okay. So, but there was that one picture that was going around on social media where Honorable Sifuna was given the front seat, the middle front seat.
Yes.
Which is quite conspicuous.
Yes.
You could actually see the sitting arrangement. That was, that would send a message. In terms of packaging, in terms of messaging, that was actually sending a message.
So, thereafter?
That's the question. What was the purpose?
That one, it remains, we cannot tell. But there's no indication of any sitting. You can even sit on a president seat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean anything. You saw someone sat on a speaker's seat. Yeah. Nothing happened. The speaker is there. Not that if you sit on that seat, it will give you anything.
Okay.
You saw it.
All right. So you, Wakili, you're also riding on ideologies and hope.
Yes. Inevitably, yes. But again, I must probably package it differently in this manner. That a social contract during campaigns is established within the context of the messaging between whoever is asking to provide the services of leadership and the people who are to be led by the person. So it's a time that there's a conversation over community. It could be local, it could be national. But what happens is you then create an expectation, and because it's repeated many times in that interactive nature, it becomes a legitimate expectation. Because whether you write a manifesto or not, the political messaging out there becomes legitimized because you agree with the people. You tell them, I'll solve your land problems, I'll build schools, and I will solve your problems. Because I have capacity to do so, and I'm oriented in the style of my leadership as I'll provide to you. Then the people therefore agree with you in an ideal situation and vote for you. The expectation will be that forms a social contract that is supposed to be transported into execution once you get into power, or the leadership position and space that you are asking for. Now, the narrative at that time will obviously be packaged in words and content that is seductive.
Yes.
All right? So that then
now that is campaign.
Yes,
now.
but that's campaign. All right? But seduction is not reality in any context. Because once you seduce and you have to execute, the execution comes with its own reality check.
Very good.
When you come to execution, therefore, there is the promise as against the reality, and therefore the reality subdues the promise.
Then what? Then okay, Edelea too. But then why don't you promise something you know you can deliver?
No, I will tell you this: you're supposed to promise that which you can deliver, but even in that promise, it's in the context of a competitive environment. So you promised a school, a high school. I promised a university, right? Mine looks flowery. You promised, so I have to outpace you and probably, let me put this, outcompete you when it's political packaging. Now, the context, coming to now what you've asked, the context of hope ideology gets fused. Look at the political parties' ideological approaches. They're not distinct and different. For instance, you cannot say the pattern of approach of a certain party is distinct and different from the other party, because one is that there is an unrestricted movement of the political actors between one party to the other. And number two, you would also see that there is the mirroring of the ideological packaging of the political parties.
Yes.
Because the scene of implementation and politicking remains the same. What politicians I know is the messaging will be the same, except that perhaps the decibels upon which you give the messaging out will be higher. You want to be heard more, but the environment remains the same. The context remains the same. And the problems of society remain the same, notwithstanding whether in one political party or another. And therefore, you realize that the political parties will not be distinct in ideological approaches and repackaging. So, I think what remains dominant between hope and ideology is hope. How you sell the hope to the people, because hope is non-tangible. It is words packaged for future, right? So once hope is sold to the people, then they buy it on account of how good you are as an orator. And then now comes the context of hope in democracy.
Wakili. And that is the game that you have mastered. You sell hope to the masses.
Yes.
You sell hope to the masses.
Yes.
So, okay, let's talk more when you come back after this break. Stay with us. Stay with us.
Kipute cha kombe la dunia makala 2026 ni kipute ambacho kina ushindani mkubwa, hususan katika zile timu za kanda ya Afrika na mabara mengine. Lakini mimi kwa mtazamo wangu nafikiri nashabikia timu ya Ufaransa dhidi ya Argentina, lakini sana haswa ni Ufaransa, manake wameweza kuchachawiza katika michuano yao katika makundi vile vile 32 bora na 16 bora, na nimeona wakifuzu. Sasa sina shaka kwamba timu ya Ufaransa itakuwa inachua ama inafuzu katika viwango vya kombe la bara ya Afrika, kombe la dunia.
Inaona Spain itafika finali, alafu huku Afrika naona tuko na Morocco. Na Morocco tuisukume kabisa hadi tufike finali, hapo kutane na Spain.
In a world where news is ever-changing, staying informed is more important than ever.
Join us every week on News Check, your go-to show for the latest in current affairs, breaking news and in-depth analysis.
A warm welcome to KBC News Check.
From politics to global events, we bring you content that matter to you.
We're not just speaking about the governance and how we want to see it, but want to actually participate.
Get your facts, hear from the experts, and really understand what is happening around you.
We need to change our system first. You have to do the impossible to make sure the message is home.
Stay ahead, stay informed, stay engaged.
Will these people, everybody agree?
Just listen to me.
Let's give him a chance to clear the air.
Catch News Check every Tuesday and Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Only on KBC Channel 1.
All right, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. Mheshimiwa Major John Waluke is legislator representing Sirisa constituency, and Wakili George Kithi, an advocate of the High Court. Okay, so let's just continue. You asked a question. You said something, and I had to ask a question. Mheshimiwa, is Wanjiku aware of the promises and ideals that you sell to them? Because ideally, we have another contract renewal in the next few months. That is after 5 years.
Yes.
So Wanjiku will come back, and there's a scorecard. You'll tell the people of Sirisia, this is what I promised you 5 years ago, so this is my scorecard. So how do they gauge you?
As I told you that we live with hope all the time. And the question we have asked is about Wanjiku.
Yes.
If Wanjiku is aware about the hope. It is true that Wanjiku is aware. Yeah, Wanjiku is always aware because we sell hope to Wanjiku. We give promises to Wanjiku. And the promises that we deliver, we always deliver to Wanjiku, we fulfill some of them. And some of them, because you cannot do everything. We are human beings. Sometimes you can be overwhelmed with maybe finances, can go down. So you can't fulfill everything that you had promised. But they all, Wanjiku understands. Once you can do one or two things, and then when election, like you have said, it is coming in a few months, 8 months. Yeah, we'll go back and remind Wanjiku that we are still selling hope to you, to Wanjiku, that after the elections, the few things that remained undone, we are going to do them. Yeah, and they listen to us. They understand. Wanjiku will understand that it is true. Maybe you have done one or two things to show your commitment. Yeah, then they will bring you back.
So how do you gauge what you can do and what you cannot do?
These things are on the ground. Not that I catch. Something, if I promise that I will buy you a bus, this school or that school, they will wait until that time. If you have done it or not. Like many of the things we do them. Yeah, that I'm going to build, to make sure that we build that school for our children. Time come, have you done it? They will also ask you. Wanjiku will ask you. If you have not, they say that, they will say, no, because of this and this happened.
Yes.
Yeah. So just wait, be patient, give me time. Another time. Yeah. Then they will give you.
Give me
another time. Another time.
More time.
More time. And then they will.
I promise this is and that. I've delivered this and that. So I need more time.
I need more time to do the rest that's remaining.
Okay. So basically you deliver.
Yes.
Now, so where do you draw the line between the ideals or the ideologies during your campaign and promise? When do you draw the line? Or there's a very thin line between the two?
No, it is not, you cannot draw the line because it is a match of the two. They are related, as the lawyer put it. It is related. So this and that, you bring them together. Yeah.
Okay.
And it works.
Wakili, so do you draw the line? Now that you are actively qua ground, all right? So where do you draw the line? Or you also put them together? Because Wanjiku is also looking for a solution to their problem. And they see hope in you, and you're also selling that hope to them, that you're going to be part of their solution. So where do you draw the line? Or you just keep the line going altogether until the last election?
I think the context in which you're putting it is ideal. It's an ideal situation. And it's a Puritan approach to what will be distinct. But I should put it this way, that hope is not in clarity. Okay? There's something, let me explain. There's something called tragedy of commons.
All right.
That which belongs to all belongs to none. And let me explain why I'm saying that. If you, for instance, the context, easy context, I'll probably explain it, is when you went to a class and as a teacher and you tell the student, at break time, let me have all the math exercise books. I mean, nobody's going to bring that book because it's everyone. But James, at break time, let me have all the math exercise books. You have contextualized the communication. So in tragedy of commons, therefore, and that's the folly of democracy again, is that when many people come together and they're expressing a common agenda, there are very few instances when it becomes distinct. For instance, an emotive issue such as a land problem, where probably they've been chased out of that land by a certain person who is trying to grab it. That becomes emotive. But in the general activation of the people's common agenda, is that when you sell hope, it gets lost into the haziness of the time. There are those that will become distinct because of the emotive issues. For instance, they've never had a school, they've never had this, they've never had a road, and those get picked out as the main issues. But in the generalities of selling hope, hope becomes common within the context of the folly of democracy, in the context of tragedy of common.
Yes.
Now, the common is the mwananchi. When he votes, or that mwananchi votes for hope, it must be an emotionalized hope, meaning that it becomes an emotive issue, and that's why elections become emotive. This is how they become emotive. Being that the people know that when they relate to a certain person, the closer you are, the more propensity for benefit arises. For instance, this one will educate my school, my children, I will get a job. So there are those personal interests within the figurative approach of the support. So I'm supporting that person because of the immediate, and I'm talking about very local politics, Mheshimiwa. And those that are emotional to supporting a person are those that know that that person speaks a certain language that is contextualized to their situational moment of that time. I will tell you this. The Kenyan we're speaking to now on TV is not the same Kenyan who will vote.
They're different people.
Those are very different people. When we come to voting, the social factors that bring fissures into division, so that you get biased to vote for someone or against someone, do not become the distinct issues that are intellectual, that are distinct, and that are logical.
Yes.
Election is not logical.
Okay, so then how do you keep the momentum for 5 years? I mean, just selling that hope for 5 years, how do you keep the momentum going without fizzling out?
The interactive environment and the interactive space at campaign and the settled environment within the context of the 5-year term are different. During campaign, you are more interactive with the people. You talk to them more, you speak to them more.
Yes.
And therefore, that context is a very close relationship with the people. That gap is created after elections. Because remember, first, you need to settle down. Of course, you have injuries, even if you've won. Meaning, therefore, that you spent money.
You need to settle.
Yes, and you need
put your
the break of space.
And all that.
But that space is supposed to make you work for the people because you made the social contract with them, like I've put it, to be able to deliver what you have said. So the space of delivery is a quiet, slightly quieter space. So to say you're going to sustain persistently, consistently, insistently for 5 years is not going to be possible. What will happen is that you need the space with which to activate resources, look for the resources within which to implement what you've, like Mheshimiwa says, to buy a bus, you don't buy a bus in the noise. You buy a bus in the quietness of the day because you have to look for the money, whatever it is. Is it CDF? Is it bringing the president so that he says, "Iyo basi mliambiwa nitawaletea," or whatever it is. All right? So that space is different. But the space, that's what I'm telling you, the space of campaign and even the incident, because the voting day is incidental to that day. The incident of voting on that day becomes illogical. Because the factors that determine who you vote for could be because of the hope and promise, but because of the motivation of the day on what happens.
Let me also get that from you, Mheshimiwa. How do you keep the momentum? 5 years, constantly selling hope.
It is not easy, and the lawyer here has become a politician. He has deliberated on it very well.
Yes.
And to keep hope to the people for 5 years is not easy. You just always go there, meet them, sit with your people, talk to your people, reminding them if they ask you, if they don't ask you about or remind you about what you had promised, you just continue. Sitting together with them, being every time, not every weekend, but like myself, I always go home after 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And that one to a politician is not it's not easy.
Yes.
Because you'll be spending selling that hope to the people. That look, I'm here, and they see you always with them. They become they own you when you are with them all the time, and selling that hope to them all the time. So you become one of them, and they get used to you. Yeah. So hope just gets into them. What you had promised them.
Is there a point when the Wanjiku, I normally use that word a lot, is there a point when Wanjiku feels under pressure to get service delivered by you as their representative?
Not as such, just maybe few who might think about
They don't become impatient?
They don't become, people don't become impatient if you are always close to them. They don't become impatient, no. Yeah.
Okay. But that's now on the other side of you as the hope deliverer.
Yeah.
So you feel under pressure at some point?
Myself?
Yes.
Not quite. Because I enjoy sitting with Wanjiku. So there's not much pressure coming to me or going to them.
Okay.
Because you are always close to them. You change the ideas.
But how is it then? Somebody say that we have got weaponized optimism, because now you promise but you don't deliver. Then you find your opponent finds a very soft spot to attack you. When you're having that social contract, the way you'd put it during campaigns, your opponent will find a very soft spot to attack you properly.
And you know, when people are with you, even if your opponent attacks you on something, people themselves will defend you because they know him. They know that
is it?
Yeah. They will even answer him that, he has done this and that, so that one is off. Then the opposition, that will leave. Yeah. Will fear talking even to the Wananchi. Yeah. Even with or without you being there. Yeah.
The Wananchi will cover you.
They will cover me.
Okay. Wakili, the hope, what do you make of that? Because we are headed to a point where now you'll have opposition. You are an opposition to someone right now.
Yeah.
You're attacking someone so that you, in where I come from, we say, a political seat is not someone's goat where you can own. It's like a gazelle in the grazing field. You can hunt.
Yeah.
All right? So then how do you...
Not that where you come from. It is all over.
It is all over.
It's all over the country.
So it's nobody's goat. You can say, this is my goat, this is my sheep and all that.
No.
It's an open game meat.
Yes.
So then how do you respond to criticism, or how are you attacking your opponent?
Well, first, it depends on the opponent, because you have to package the opponent and fashion out a style within which you become dominant over your opponent. Because politics is about dominating as against who would be opponent or an opponent.
Yes.
If the person is still serving, you need then to look at the areas which probably will be good selling points that the people would understand very easily. And you do that, obviously, by the information packaging that you give to the people. For instance, obviously, back home, if a mother is breastfeeding, the child does not want to stop breastfeeding. So at times, the mother applies, pepper, pili-pili.
Yes.
So that then the child cries and sees that there's really no need to continue because of the bitter experience. Once I start going back to want to be there. So there must be a good reason why and how you stop an incumbent from continuing by creating the messaging that is, of course, persistently negative to subdue the person's dominance, because at the time that he's ruling, he's dominant. But the person who is there also must be able to continue to be dominant, and we say he has to be conquer and dominate. So once you've conquered is when you've won.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But then you must continue to be dominant and to dominate on the populace by how you sell hope, execute the hope, and eventually come out as a choice, an obvious choice or the best choice in the circumstances. Remember that there's no person, okay, maybe a few, but I've not seen it. There's no person who will go into election without a possibility of getting votes, all right? Whichever number of votes. And elections are majoritarian. So it's only the majority who gets more, the votes that are counted. That's what I mean. Majoritarian in the context that the person has to get more votes. But in looking for the majoritarian, which is the rule of law, is that you need to come with different styles as against your opponent. So you read the opponent vis-a-vis the people and how they're going to receive the message. But it's both in words and in deeds.
So how do you
like attending burial is an act of mercy. How you execute your messaging there inwards.
That's what I want to ask you.
Is also
so how do you
important.
pick your message, and at what point do you deliver it?
You know, when you're sick, okay, I have to contextualize the word to accommodate the space you're in, because you're sick. I have to give you hope in that context. But when you're hungry, I can't tell you you're sick. I have to, again, message it in a manner that is contextual to your hunger and the pain you are. But when you're happy at a wedding, I cannot, again, transport the message as consistent from the same person, but now you're at a wedding, you have to contextualize the messaging within the context of that situational environment. And therefore, that's what I'm saying, it's a social activity. Democracy, therefore, portends that you need to continue campaigning and interact with the people in the context in which they are, so that ultimately you become dominant in the minds of the people to be able to convince them to vote for you.
Which means, is there a point where there's a gap between reality and rhetoric? When you don't feel something is not moving?
Yes. It is there. It is always there.
You feel like you're stagnating. Something is amiss somewhere.
Yeah, sometimes, and sometimes not. Because as he has put it, Wakil has put it, you know, politician doesn't, we don't sell mandazi on the street. We just sell talking to the people. That's what we sell to the people, the information. And if my opponent come with his strategy, I'll look for my own. Like me, I have 13 formations for my campaign. 13? 13.
You unleash one
when
by
this one
one?
fails, yes, one after another. When this one fails, I apply another one. And I'll coach him to win.
How many do you have, Wakili?
You know me, I was a military person. That is what I learned, and that is what I always apply. And it works very well. When I give them hope, they know.
Hope is one of them?
Yeah, hope is one of them.
So you have got 12 remaining?
Yeah, 12 remaining. And those ones, I cannot mention them here because some of them are...
Okay.
Yeah. So we say like that. You see, like President William Ruto won his election because of selling hope to the people and what he was doing to the people. The promises that time, the president really tried to fulfill what he was promising. And he used the advantage the president had because he was the deputy president, and he used the government facilities to make him popular to the people. And that is how he became popular, and that is how he won the election. You know?
Yes.
He was selling hope and doing action. Fulfilling promises.
Yes.
When he comes here, say we are going to do this, he'll make sure that thing works. And then he entered into the people's minds.
Interesting.
So when the president says there's no agenda, there's no agenda, there's no plan for the people, it's exactly the context in which Mheshimiwa is saying that apart from merely telling people you are going to do, first you tell them what you're going to do. But then you must package it in a manner that you show capacity to do it. So you can't say, nitakununulia ndege, it doesn't make sense. But when you package it in a manner that there's a possibility of doing it. So the possibility should be part of the POP packaging. Then also, when you come to implementation, you must do it so that it is visible, because execution has to be visible. So like we say in law, you don't just do it, you be seen to do it. So the imaging part becomes part of the implementation and execution of the whole. So eventually, therefore, what I think will be the duty of the president now is to demonstrate that this is what I promised, and this is what I have done, or I have even done more, or I have failed in certain areas because of certain reasons, like Mheshimiwa has said. So therefore, you realize that hope creates a scorecard against which people will then mirror. So eventually, if you overpromise, it becomes, and you could get the seat, but it becomes a problem because you may not fulfill all the promises that you've made.
Okay, now that you said there's a what you said is called kufu, the one used down in the coast.
Or kusamula.
Kusamula.
Yes.
So how do you do it? Do you package yourself as one of them, or you put yourself slightly higher on the high pedestals so that they see you as their king, or you become, this is our son?
I think it's, like I say, it's contextual. You can't implement a flat pattern. There are times that you need to be dominantly, like if it's an intellectual group, you must be able to intellectualize the debate.
You read the room.
And you have to be dominant in the intellectual debate for purpose of driving policy and direction. When it is a context in which you have to apply yourself within the context of the space as will abound at that time, you then must mirror that space. So you must be able then to be able to fuse yourself within the society through and through. So when you say, for instance, you see the president eating maize in the streets, vis-a-vis having dinner with an ambassador, those are two different positions and contexts. Or meeting a group of doctors for purposes of conversing himself out with the doctors, he will apply himself differently. So you must be able to continuously mutate into a certain pigeonhole for purpose of fitting and packaging to conviction that I am a solution.
Okay. Mheshimiwa, you said you have got 13. Okay, just before you respond to that.
Like him, as we speak, he's starting is becoming, he wants to become a senator, yes?
Yes.
He's starting what the sitting senator is doing, learning his weaknesses. And he's going to use the weaknesses of that senator, not the strength, because he will not talk about the strength of the...
In politics, you don't talk about your opponent's strength.
No, you can't mark it.
You must sling him completely.
The weaknesses that he has. And then, politics is about numbers. So he wants to outdo him, and becoming more popular than the city. And this piece is selling the hope that this fellow is not doing this and that. So if it was me, he cannot survive, because I will apply a method.
The second one or the third one?
And that's what I wanted to ask you. You have
that one I cannot.
Oh my goodness. So you have got 13.
I have 13, yes.
How many have you applied?
Sometimes when I reach like
2, 3, 6.
I can go even to 7 there. 6, 7.
So you can the remaining ones are still intact?
Yeah, still intact, because I have not seen someone who can bypass me and then become more popular than myself.
Okay.
No, because you suppress that.
Yeah. And that's the whole aspect of campaigns. Wakili, how many tactics do you have?
How many?
Tactics do you have? Yes, 13.
The legal ones, are there. The political ones also there.
Okay.
But the legal one cannot apply.
The legal ones cannot apply. You know that you cannot apply the legal ones in politics.
Cannot apply it.
That one later on. Cumulatively, how many are they? Cumulatively?
Well, from the top of my mind, I don't think I reach his, but probably up to 6 I have.
Okay.
Yes, and they work very well. At least from our rural home, they're okay. And some, of course, come immediate, some come towards the end. That's true?
Yeah.
So you have to, basically it's cards hidden under the table and unleash one by one as and when the situation arises.
Do me a favor. After this, go for classes. Wishmo is here.
Yes. Maybe
we can give you a room somewhere, sit down.
Become my student.
And add the others.
Yes, and others. Okay, we need to stop there. You know, the reason why I asked this question, because we have got other aspirants who are coming.
Yes.
And they really need to understand what Wanjiku really need and how to keep the momentum going. Sometimes it becomes so strenuous even to Wanjiku himself, or herself, sorry, that you sold them hope, but they're not seeing that hope coming at the end of the day. That's why I ask you a question. Do they become impatient with you after 5 years now we want to renew your contract? But you've answered my questions clearly well. Wakili, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
Thank you, Asante.
And Meja Waluke, please, just unleash one or two. Remain with the rest for the next campaign.
You've not asked me about about Bungoma. I saw Titmas on the paper.
Oh, you want to say something? Go ahead. That is your home ground.
Talked about him.
Go ahead, Director. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Go ahead.
You know, Titmas is running in Bungoma as a governor. He wants to become a Bungoma governor. For the last 3 years, he has been running alone without any competition. And later on, when a team came on the ground, he started panicking and talked a lot of things. And now as we speak, team is ahead of him. So in politics...
How do you gauge that?
We know. You can, meet your people. You can even go around in the county. We have 9 sub-counties. You can check by going around, listening to the people.
But we saw how he walked out with the numbers after
that does not matter. Because like, the other day, we planned with him because you saw he was sitting next to me. And we are in the same coalition, the same party. So we plan that these people needs A, B, C, D. And after that, we knew that it was going to happen because they had hit us hard, and now we were looking for the solution of demeaning them also. So that was the only way for Didmas to do that. So we could have worked out together, but because I'm the chairman of the region, I said, let me stay behind. And you strike.
Chomoka.
So was the walkout planned?
Yeah. And it worked. Wow. And it worked very well. It worked very well. That's a strategy, that the only strategy that we had on that day.
Is it the 13th one?
No, it's one of the formations that we have, or I have. And he also joined the military.
Of course, there's an after effect. What was the after effect after that walkout?
Yeah, the people saw that opposition actually doesn't have any plan. They are clueless. That's what now the people talking. Yesterday, I was in the county trying to hear from the people who are there. So they say that the opposition are clueless.
Okay.
You see? And that's a strategy.
Okay.
And you should borrow.
I borrow on the walkout.
Okay, you need to go to Bungoma for just 2 weekends. Just to go to Bungoma.
To walk around with me.
Just to walk around with him.
With me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I mean, a lot is happening. Western region has a very interesting style of politics. And being the chair of the Western Region Caucus, we'll need to sit down. Wakili, after the show. So I think the rest we cannot discuss on air. Asante sana, Wakili George Kithi, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. Thank you so much for coming. And of course, the people of Kilifi is here. He's here. He's a good man. He's a good man. Okay. And Meja Waluke, asante sana for coming. He's a legislator of Sirisa constituency. An apology from Daniel Orogo and Dr. Peter Mbai. Of course, they've been here before, so yes, we give it to them. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Jim K continues after this. Stay with us.
nimeona nikuachie usiaibike. Anyway, ukitaka kutazama mchezo yote iko KBC.
Are you ready for the next big thing in tech? Well, we'll spotlight Kenya's brightest young minds, game-changing startups, and breakthrough technology that are shaping our future. From AI and robotics to sustainable futures, we bring you the stories behind the scenes. KBC Channel 1. Remember, tech starts here.
Pindi tunapowasha vifaa vyetu, tunapata fursa ya kutangamana na wasikilizaji wetu.
Karibu sana thĩinĩ wa tabarĩra ya Rwiga.
Tunapeperusha utangazaji uliobobea katika habari,
nĩ ũndũ wa macio na mangĩ maingĩ,
burudani,
nĩ harĩa tũkoragwo tũkĩigua nyĩmbo mwaki nyĩmbo hot,
na hamasisho la kiroho. Usiachwe nyuma. Jiunge nasi kwa safari ya kufana katika 99.5 FM. Shoro FM.
Good morning, Kenya. My name is Mike Migwe. Now, we talk matters Kiswahili. I know you're speaking English, we're speaking about matters that pertain to Kiswahili language. Now, the United Nations or the UNESCO did designate the 7th of July every year to be the official World Kiswahili Day. And given that this is a language that is spoken by over 200 million people across Africa, Kiswahili is growing. You can't ignore that. And it's one of the languages that are being taught all over the world, including in some universities in the United States. We just want to look at the World Kiswahili Day and what it means for Africa's indigenous language, given that it's one of the official languages that are used at the African Union. For that conversation in studio, I'm joined by Wekesa Toby, who is the head of Kiswahili department at Kenya High School. Karibu sana.
Nashukuru.
And also Purity Cherono is a communications specialist, editor, and AI linguistic expert. Karibu sana. Asante. And also Moses Otieno, who is the head of exams at Kenya High School. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Let's get right into it. When you look at Kiswahili language today, and I will start with you, Toby, the prevalence of Kiswahili within the continent of Africa and the fact that it's recognized as the official language of the African Union, what does that mean for the African languages and especially Kiswahili?
First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to the studio to talk about Kiswahili. Tukizungumzia kuhusiana na Kiswahili, ni lugha ambayo ilizaliwa, ikakua na inaenea, na maenezi yake ni mapana mno. Kwa hivyo ni lugha moja ambayo inatumika si tu barani Afrika, bali ni lugha ambayo inatumika kote duniani ama ulimwenguni kote. Na ndio maana ni lugha ambayo tunaienzi na tunaizungumza sana. Wazungumzaji wake ni wengi. Na ni lugha ambayo ukiitumia ina mashiko yake, inatamanika. Ndio maana unaona kwamba kila mmoja anataka kuijua. Na ni furaha yetu sisi kama wapenzi wa lugha ya Kiswahili kuona kwamba wazungumzaji wa lugha hii ni wengi na lugha inapanuka. Na ndio maana unaona kwamba kutokana na makuzi yake ama maenezi yake imekuwa ni lugha ambayo ni ya kuleta ushirikiano. Mataifa mengi ambayo yanatumia lugha hii wanaitumia kuleta ule ushirikiano, umoja na kuendeleza mawasiliano. Kwa hivyo kwetu kama Waswahili ama wapenzi wa Kiswahili tunafurahia sana kuona kwamba ni lugha ambayo kila mmoja anaichangamkia, si tu Afrika Mashariki, kote duniani. Na ndio maana unaona kwamba inafunzwa kila mahali. Ukienda Ujerumani kuna walimu tu, hata kwetu tunakofunza walimu wamepata nafasi kwenda kufunza. Ukienda kule bara pengine Amerika, US, wanafunza Kiswahili kule na wanatumia Kiswahili. Kwa hivyo hata nijuzi tu nilikuwa nimeketi chini nikaanza kujiuliza, wakati taifa la Kenya lilipeleka askari kwenda Haiti, mara moja ukaleta nini? Amani zilipatikana. Unataka kuniambia askari watumia lugha gani?
Ukiangalia Kiswahili na siku enye the day that has been designated for Kiswahili by the UNESCO, why 7th of July? What is the significance of that day?
Okay, thank you so much for inviting me here, and because it is World Kiswahili Day, tutazungumza Kiswahili
kabisa.
UNESCO ilitangaza Sabasaba kuwa siku ya Kiswahili duniani mnamo mwaka 2021 na kikaanza kusherekewa 2022. Na kwa hivyo sisi kama Waswahili tumeona kama ni mwanga katika nchi yetu na pia katika dunia mzima. Na kwa hivyo tuko tayari kusherehekea Kiswahili na tunawaalika kila mtu kusherehekea Kiswahili kesho, siku ya kesho ambayo ni 7 Julai, na kitawapa mwanga kabisa.
Ni muhimu zaidi. Otieno, ukiangalia Kiswahili, kwa nini ni lugha muhimu duniani katika hii miaka tunayoishi?
Asante. Kabla ya kuingia katika kitengo hicho, ninaomba niweze kutoa asili ya Kiswahili. Kwanza asante sana kwa kunikaribisha kitu hiki. Kitu kimoja ambacho tumeweza kugundua kwamba Kiswahili kina historia ndefu. Kwa mfano, mbona tarehe 7 mwanzo ulipomuuliza mwenzetu aliweza kueleza, labda niweze kueleza kwa kina chake ndio kaweze kueleweka kwa watazamaji. Kile ambacho kiliweza kutokea ni kwamba mwaka 1954 Mwalimu Julius Nyerere ambaye alikuwa rais wa Tanzania aliweza kukiweka Kiswahili kuwa kwamba ni lugha ya rasmi ambayo iliweza kutumiwa katika kutafuta uhuru nchini Tanzania, Tanganyika. Na katika kikao kile ndipo ikawa tarehe ngapi? Tarehe 7 Julai. Na baada ya hapo ilipofika mwaka 2000 kukawa tena na ule kuleta Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki. Ule muungano ulipokuja, ule mkataba ulipowekwa kwa pamoja, na katika maamuzi yale wakaweka maamuzi kwamba lugha ya Kiswahili ikaweze kutumiwa kama lugha rasmi katika kikao kile. Na kwa sababu ya mwanga huo, sasa ilipofika mwaka tarehe 23 Novemba mwaka 2021 kukawa na kikao na shirika la UNESCO, na katika kikao kile maamuzi yakawa kwamba lugha hii ya Kiswahili iwe lugha mojawapo ya lugha 7. Kumbuka kwamba katika UNESCO kwa sasa kuna lugha 7 ambazo nasema kwamba official languages ambazo zinatumiwa kule UNESCO. Mojawapo ikiwa lugha ya Kichina, lugha ya Kifaransa, lugha ya Kijerumani na nyingine nyingi tu, lugha ya Kispanyola na kadhalika. Sasa kwa sababu ile sasa ndo wakaona kwamba Kiswahili pia kiweze kutumiwa. Na swali lako umeuliza umuhimu wa Kiswahili ni nini? Kitu kimoja, umuhimu wa Kiswahili moja ni lugha ya mawasiliano. Unajua nchi nyingi za Afrika Mashariki na nchi nyingi kote duniani, ili tukaweze kuwasiliana kwa pamoja ni lazima tutumie lugha ya Kiswahili. Kwa sababu mawasiliano haya imekuja kugunduliwa kwamba watu wanamtazamo kwamba lugha hii watu wengi ambao wanaitumia lugha ya Kiswahili. Kumbuka kwamba nchi nzima, yani tukiangalia dunia nzima, tuna lugha takriban 8324. Na katika lugha hizi, lugha ambazo sasa zinatumiwa ni lugha 7000. Na kwa sababu hii moja hapo, lugha hii ya Kiswahili mawanda yake ni pana, imepanuka mno, wazungumzaji ni wengi. Na katika Afrika Mashariki peke yake tuna wale ambao wanatumia lugha ya Kiswahili ni nchi 14. Kwa hivyo unapoangalia lugha hii mawanda yake imepanuka. Jambo la pili, lugha hii ni lingua franca. Ni lugha ambayo inasambaa sana, lingua franca. Kwa sababu ya hiyo sasa ndo maana lugha ni muhimu. Tatu, lugha hii ni muhimu sana katika biashara. Unajua ili mtu hata mama mboga yule ambaye anafanya biashara cheteni ama sokoni, ili akaweze kuwasiliana na mwenzake ni lazima atumie lugha gani? Lugha ya Kiswahili. Unipe hii, nipe hii. Watu unajua lugha ya Kiingereza si lugha, haina chimbuko letu. Kumbuka lugha ya Kiswahili chimbuko lake ni Afrika Mashariki. Na kuna mitazamo miwili ambayo imeweza kuchipuka vile ambavyo lugha hii iliweza kukua. Mtazamo wa kwanza ni kwamba ilikuja kutokana na Bantu speaking people, wale ambao ni Wabantu. Sasa walipokuja wakatangamana na wakatumia lugha hii katika biashara, ndipo tukaona Waarabu wakiingia nchini kule coast na kadhalika, wakaingiliana na kutangamana. Wengine wanamtazama kwamba lugha hii ya Kiswahili chimbuko lake ni wapi? Ni Waarabu. Kwa sababu Waarabu walipoingia kule coast wakasema hili jina Kiswahili linatokana na jina la Kiarabu Sahawili ambayo inarejelea coast. Sasa ndo huo mtazamo sasa ni kana kwamba Waarabu walileta. Alafu ni ukweli mwingine ambao umeanza kuchipuka ni kwamba kwa sababu lugha hii ya Kiswahili inatumiwa katika dini ya Kiislamu, na kumbuka kwamba masuala mengi ambayo yanatumiwa katika dini ya Kiislamu yanasabiana sana na nini? Na Kiarabu. Sasa Kiarabu hiki sasa ule mtazamo ambao umekuwepo ndio maana natumia lugha ya Kiswahili. Kwa ukiduchu ni kwamba umuhimu mkubwa sana wa lugha ya Kiswahili ni mawasiliano. Umuhimu wa pili ni masuala ya biashara. Umuhimu wa tatu sasa imefika kiwango cha kimataifa, inatumiwa kidiplomasia. Kumbuka kwamba kikao kikifanyika UNESCO General Conference, lugha ya Kiswahili inafanya nini? Inatumika. Kwa hivyo ndio maana lugha hii ni muhimu sana ili tukaweze kukuza mawanda hayo yote kwa pamoja. Asante.
Toby, kila mwaka kuna kuanga na kauli mbiu kwa hizi sherehe za kusherehekea siku ya Kiswahili duniani, na kauli mbiu ya hii mwaka huu ni Kiswahili kwa amani, mshikamano na diplomasia ya kiuchumi kwa kimataifa. Mbona hii kauli mbiu?
Mwanzo ukiangalia kauli mbiu hiyo ina maneno matatu: amani, mshikamano, diplomasia. Na ukaongeza pale uchumi. Vile ameeleza umuhimu wa Kiswahili. Kiswahili ni nyenzo muhimu sana ya kuleta mataifa amani miongoni mwa watu ambao wanaishi katika mataifa mbalimbali. Kwa njia gani? Watazungumza lugha hii ambao wanaelewana. Tulipo hapa hivi umenitaja Wekesa. Ninakotoka mnaweza jua nakotoka. Mwenzangu pia hata nawe pia. Tulipokutana pale sehemu ya makaribisho tulizungumza lugha ya Kiswahili. Licha ya kwamba ulisema acha nizungumze Kiingereza, tukasema hapana, Kiswahili. Kwa sababu gani? Tutaelewana, kisha kutakuwa na mshikamano, kisha kutakuwa na amani. Kwa hivyo kuna amani ambayo inaletwa, yani Kiswahili kinaleta mazingira mema yenye ushirikiano. Ndio maana kuna mshikamano pale. Kiswahili ni lugha ambayo italeta watu pamoja, watashirikiana. Na iwapo watashirikiana kwa njia gani? Vile mwenzangu amesema pale, kibiashara, kuna utalii, kwa sababu kuzungumzia kuhusiana na diplomasia, tunazungumzia kuhusiana na watu kutoka mataifa mengine wanakutana. Kwa mfano, tuseme watu wanatoka katika taifa la kule Ujerumani, wamekuja kwetu. Hawa watu wanataka kujua utamaduni wetu, kwa sababu Kiswahili pia ni lugha ambayo inaleta watu wa matabaka na tamaduni mbalimbali kutoka mataifa mbalimbali. Kwa hivyo watakuja pamoja ili waweze kuendeleza mambo mbalimbali. Kwa mfano kama ni kushirikiana kibiashara. Angalia pengine waziri wetu wa masuala ya nje. Huyu waziri ataenda kuuza utamaduni wetu na atazungumzia kuhusiana na Kiswahili. Utamaduni unauzwa na lugha, na lugha inauza utamaduni. Kwa hivyo ile diplomasia, ule ushirikiano utaweza kuendelezwa kibiashara, kiutalii, na tuseme pengine mazingira yatakuwa ni mema kwa sababu watu wataelewana. Naam. Kwa hivyo hayo maneno matatu katika kauli mbiu lazima yawe pale ambayo yanabeba msingi wa siku. Naam.
Naam. Purity, unajua ukiangalia Kiswahili na kizazi kipya, kizazi cha Gen Z, jinsi wanavyotumia Kiswahili kwenye mitandao ya kijamii, venye wanaunda maudhui, waweza semaje, wanakuza Kiswahili ama wanachangia kukiangamiza?
Naam, katika kizazi cha sasa hivi ambayo almaarufu Gen Z, hatuwezi kukiepuka Kiswahili. Hata ingawa kuna Kiswahili cha kuzungumza na Kiswahili sanifu ambacho kinaandikwa, bado ukiangalia kwa upana unaangalia kwamba wanatumia mtandaoni, wanatumia tu Kiswahili cha kuzungumzwa. Hiyo pia inachangia katika kukuza Kiswahili. Hatuwezi kusema kinaangamiza. Vile vile kwa miaka mingi ambayo kwa miaka minne ambayo Kiswahili kimesherekewa kama lugha ya kimataifa, tumeweza kuona kwamba Kiswahili kilisherekewa kwa kuzingatia wataalamu wa Kiswahili bila kufikiria kizazi cha Gen Z. Kwa hivyo sasa hivi sisi kusherekea Kiswahili katika shule ya upili ya Kenya High, tutakikuza kwa sababu wale tutakao wafikia ni Gen Z na ni wanafunzi wa shule za upili. Kwa hivyo naona ni muhimu sana.
Na Otieno, unajua kuna ile lugha Gen Z wanatumia pale kwa mitandao, pale katika mtaa, kinaitwa sheng. Kimeathiri aje Kiswahili na kuna umuhimu gani wa kujizoesha kuongea Kiswahili sanifu?
Kweli kuna tatizo moja. Tatizo hili ni kwamba unajua Kiswahili, tunaposema Kiswahili sanifu, kuna tofauti kati ya Kiswahili kwa ujumla wake na Kiswahili sanifu. Hadi mawanda mawili tofauti. Ndio maana wakati mwingine huwa anaingiwa na kiwewe sana. Wakati unampata mtu anasemaje, wazazi wengi tu kuna ule mtazamo watu wanao kwamba Kiswahili ni ya watu wachochole, watu ambao hawajasoma, wana madongo poromoka. Kwa hivyo ule mtazamo umekuwepo kwa muda mwingi sana. Lakini jua kwamba katika Kiswahili lahaja ambayo tunaitumia ni lahaja ya Kiunguja, dialect. Kumbuka kwamba kuna lahaja nyingi katika lugha ya Kiswahili. Kuna lahaja ya Kiunguja, kuna lahaja ya Kimtangate, kuna lahaja ya Kiamu, Kipemba na kadhalika. Lakini lahaja ya lugha Kiswahili sanifu ni la Kiunguja. Sasa hawa vijana si kwamba kile ambacho wanakifanya, wanaleta neno la Kiswahili alafu wanafungamanisha na neno la Kiingereza. Sasa unajua inakuwa kwamba ni mchanganyiko tu, na katika ule mchanganyiko ambao unakuwepo inakuwa ni tatizo kwa sababu wanaleta dhana tofauti sana. Kwa sababu unajua kuzungumza lugha Kiswahili sanifu si kuchanganya tu. Kwa muja ule kuchanganya inaathiri lugha ya Kiswahili kwa njia moja au nyingine. Kwa sababu kwa mfano wanasema namna gani weka mawe kwa mfano tu, alafu ama wanasemaje, wanasema nilimkiche yule dada, nilimkiche yani. So unajua anapotumia nilimkiche alafu ameleta neno la Kiswahili, mtazamo kwa mimi ni mtaalamu wa kitengo cha insha kitaifa. Kwa hivyo unapomwangalia yule mwanafunzi unajua akitumia msamiati kama ule unaleta chachawizo sana. Kwa hivyo kile ambacho nakisema ni kwamba kwa kiasi fulani wanakikandamiza Kiswahili sanifu. Unajua kuna Kiswahili kwa ujumla lakini kisanifu.
Kuna hawaleti hata maneno ya misimu.
Ndio nasema sasa unajua ile kuleta kuchanganya ni msimu. Ndio maana nasema kukiche wanasemaje maneno mengi tu ya vijana chini ya waba mengi tu. Sasa unajua kuna watu wengine unajua kizazi cha Gen Z mawanda yao ni pana, watu ni wengi sana wanawafuata. Sasa ule mtazamo ndo sasa sisi hata sisi walimu wa lugha hii ya sharafu ya Kiswahili tunachanganyikiwa wakati mwingine, sababu ule mwanafunzi anachopeka yale maneno katika nini maandishi yake. Ndio maana unapata kwamba Kiswahili sanifu ama Kiswahili kwa ujumla wake kimeathirika kimaandishi, kimazungumzo na kwa masuala mengine mengi tu, kwa sababu Kiswahili ambacho kinatumiwa si sanifu, ni Kiswahili tu kwa ujumla. Kumbuka kwamba kuna vilugha, kuna lugha sanifu, kuna Kiswahili sanifu na Kiswahili cha kawaida. Unajua kuna kile cha kuomba tu maji, kuomba nini, uwezo ukaweka katika hali sawa na kile ambacho cha kuchanganya tu. Kwa hivyo kile ambacho naweza sema ni kwamba ule mchanganyiko umeleta madhara makubwa sana kwa baadhi ya watu ambao wanatumia lugha hii ashirafu ya Kiswahili. Kwa sababu wanachanganya. Kwa mfano tuangalie wale wa pwani. Wewe jiulize swali moja tu, mbona shule nyingi za pwani, si vibaya kusema tu, hawapiti somo la Kiswahili? Kwa sababu wao wana kitu. Kuna mwandishi mmoja anaitwa Noam Chomsky alisema kwamba mtu ambaye tunasema ni mpevu wa lugha ya Kiswahili lazima awe na mawanda mawili, awe na umilisi, awe na utendaji. Umilisi ni competence, utendaji ni performance. Sasa wao wana performance lakini hawana umilisi. Mbona? Kwa sababu wao wana lahaja nyingi tu, wana lahaja Kiamu na nini. Unajua ukisema ndo, wao wanatumia ndaa, mahali panaweka J wanaweka D. Ndo hapa. Sasa ndo hapa, unaona? Wengine wanasema njoo hapa. Haya mawanda mawili ni tofauti. Hapo ndo sasa ndo kunaingia kizungumkuti. Kwa hivyo kile ambacho nasema ni kwamba ili tukienzi Kiswahili, ili tukipakate Kiswahili, tujaribu kadri ya uwezo wetu kuweza kutumia Kiswahili sanifu. Si Kiswahili tu, si cha kuomba maji vile mtu anasema kama mama mboga anatumia Kiswahili, mbona mimi nifanye nini? Nisikitumie. Unaona sasa ule mtazamo potovu tu. Alafu mtoto akija shuleni, hata wetu unajua wanakionea fahari somo la, wanaonea fahari Kiingereza. Mbona? Kwa sababu wanamtazamo kwamba wao mama mboga anatumia nini? Bila kutanzua ama kumaizi kwamba ile mama mboga anatumia si Kiswahili gani sanifu. Tuone tofauti ya mawanda mawili.
Nikijaribu kuongezea kile ambacho amezungumzia mwenzangu. Tukizungumzia kuhusiana na Gen Z na namna wanavyotumia Kiswahili. Ameelezea vizuri kabisa. Lakini kivyangu pia naona ni swala tata, kwa sababu pia lazima hawa vijana wao wabunifu watumie lugha mbalimbali, waziweke pamoja. Ukisikia wanasema kwamba weka mawe, ni misimu, ni maneno ambayo yanatumika kwa muda kisha yanapotea. Lakini wametumia ujanja. Kwa sababu gani nasema hivyo? Nasema hivyo kwa sababu hao vijana pia wanataka kutumia lugha ambayo wanahusiana nayo moja kwa moja ili waweze kupata mapato. Na wamepata. Kwa hivyo mimi sioni kama kuna tatizo kubwa sana. Ingawaje ameeleza vizuri kwamba kuna kategoria mbili, Kiswahili sanifu na Kiswahili cha kawaida. Na ndio maana tukazungumzia tukasema kwamba kuna Kiswahili kitukuzwe. Tunatukuza Kiswahili gani? Sanifu ama hiki cha kawaida? Ni swali ambalo tunafaa kujiuliza kama wapenzi wa Kiswahili. Kwa hivyo kwangu ni maoni yangu tu, kwa sababu kuna kitu ambacho tunafunza shule inaitwa isimu jamii. Lazima waangalie watu ambao wanazungumzia na utumie Kiswahili ili waweze Kiswahili, ama utumie maneno ambayo wanaweza kuelewa. Wanaweza kuwa pengine ni wazee, ukaamua kusema kwamba Kiswahili changu wacha nikiboreshe kwa nitumie mtindo huu au muundo huu. Nikakutana na wataalamu wa Kiingereza kama nyinyi, pengine nisema acha nitumie Kiswahili changu kwa mtindo huu, mradi muweze kuelewa. Mawasiliano yafanyike. Lakini sasa tukija sasa kwa Kiswahili sanifu ile ameeleza, lazima tuangazie sarufi, sheria zile za Kiswahili. Pia tuonekane kwamba tukitumia Kiswahili tunaelewa kile Kiswahili ambacho tunatumia. Na ndio maana akasema wakati Kinguja kilichaguliwa kama lahaja ambayo inasanifishwa, kilisanifishwa kutengeneza, kuondoa yale makosa yote, ili tuwe na lugha moja ambayo imeshia kuwa processed na tuitumie kama lugha ambayo ni mawasiliano, lugha ambayo inakubalika na kila mmoja.
Na Piriti, katika ile hali ya kukuza Kiswahili, ni njia gani zinaweza tumika kuhamasisha wanafunzi wasome vitabu ndio waweze kuongea Kiswahili sanifu na kuandika Kiswahili sanifu?
sisi kama wataalamu mara nyingi tuna maongezi na wanafunzi. Vile vile kama wachapishaji, sisi kama wa Maktaba Mat tumeamua kuhimiza wanafunzi kwa kupitia siku hii ya Kiswahili. Tutawafikia wanafunzi wengi na tunaweza kuwahimiza kuzungumza Kiswahili na kukitumia na pia kutumia machapisho ya Kiswahili ambayo ni mengi sana.
Otieno, jukumu la wazazi. Ukikuja kuongezea maoni yako, jukumu la wazazi, walimu na taasisi katika kuwajengea vijana yale mapenzi ya kusoma na kuandika kwa Kiswahili, wako na jukumu lipi?
Jukumu la kwanza la mzazi ni kuhakikisha kwamba wanafunzi amewanunulia vitabu. Na kitu kimoja ambacho nimeweza kutanzua, hawa wanafunzi wetu ili waboreke katika lugha hii ya shirafu ya Kiswahili, wasome vitabu vya hadithi. Wasome vitabu ambavyo vimeelezwa kwa kina. Kwa mfano Maktaba Mat ni matiba ambayo imetoa vitabu vizuri sana ambavyo vinaweza kuwaunia wanafunzi. Wakavisome ili waangalie hawa waandishi mbalimbali wamezungumzia masuala gani. Kwa sababu unajua wewe unajua practice makes what? Perfect. Mimi ambaye nimeketi hapa leo siku ya leo, nisipofanya mazoezi, siku moja uwezo ukasimama alafu uanze kukimbia mita 100, lazima mtu afanye nini? Mazoezi. Sasa mazoezi haya ndio tunasema kwamba usomaji wa kina ni jambo muhimu. Jambo la pili, hata wazazi wenyewe wakiketi na wale watoto wao kule nyumbani pale Kiamboni, wakaweze kujivunia kuzungumza lugha gani? Ya Kiswahili. Mara nyingi unapata wazazi wanatumia lugha ya Kiingereza ama lugha zingine tofauti. Kwa hivyo ombi langu ni kwamba wakaweze kuwazungumzia katika lugha ya Kiswahili. Jambo lingine nataka kusema ni kwamba hawa wazazi pia ama mashirika mbalimbali pia tukaweze, kwa mfano hawa wazazi wakaweze kuwahimiza wanafunzi hao wote wakaweze kujiunga na sehemu mbalimbali ambapo lugha ya Kiswahili inakuzwa. Kwa mfano nchini Kenya tuna CHAKITA, tuna chama cha Kiswahili kitaifa. Unaona, hawa wanafunzi wa vyuo vikuu wanaweza kuhimizwa kujiunga navyo. Vile vile kuna chama vingine cha KIDU na kadhalika. Hivi ni vyama ambavyo vinakuza lugha ya Kiswahili. Chuoni pia kuna CHAWAKAMA, chama cha Kiswahili cha wanafunzi wa Afrika Mashariki. Kwa hivyo wanafunzi wakiweza kuboreka, wakaweze kujiunga na vyama hivi, lugha yao inaboreka tu. Lakini sasa ikiwa kwamba mzazi hawezi kumulipia hela huyu mwanafunzi akaweze kujiunga na vyama hivi, alafu ama mzazi mwenyewe achangie katika kumwelekeza mwanafunzi kutumia lugha ya shirafu ya Kiswahili, ama tatu, katika mazungumzo hakuna kuzungumza kwa kutumia lugha ya Kiswahili, hapo kutaingia na kizungumkuti. Kwa hivyo ombi langu ni kwamba wazazi wachukue jukumu lao wenyewe, wakikuze Kiswahili. Uende kama mzazi yeye mwenyewe, kwa bahati unajua wazazi wa zamani zamani unajua lugha Kiswahili ilikuwa ni somo la kuchagua. Haikuwa lazima, si kana kwamba 844 ambayo imekamilika. Kitambo kidogo ilikuwa kwamba unafanya maamuzi, unatumia lugha ya Kiswahili ama unafanya masomo mengine. Sasa wengi wakajichopeka katika masomo mengine isipokuwa lugha ya nini? Ya Kiswahili. Sasa unaona kuna uwezekano yeye mwenyewe kutumia Kiswahili, lakini kupitia kumunulia vitabu mbalimbali. Vitabu vipo vingi tu, waandishi wengi wameandika vitabu. Maktaba Publishers wametoa vitabu vingi tu. Hapo tunaomba wanafunzi wakaweze kufanya nini? Wakaweze kusoma kwa kina. Hakuna mmoja hata mmoja ataboreka katika lugha hii ya Kiswahili bila kufanya nini? Kufanya mazoezi. Jambo lingine la mwisho katika hii, pia walimu wanachangia. Sisi kama walimu, unajua kitu kimoja ambacho tuko na sisi kama Kenya High School, tuna faida moja. Mwalimu mkuu wetu ni msomi mtalamiki wa lugha hii ya Kiswahili. Unaona sasa BCOH. Sasa katika hali hile sasa unajua ule matumizi ya lugha ya Kiswahili yamefanya nini? Yamepanuka. Kwa hivyo tunahitaji pia wazazi wachangie, washikadau wachangie. Leo unaweza kupa kongole unatumia lugha ya Kiswahili hata wewe, kwa sababu wewe unapenda lugha ya Kiingereza. Kwa hivyo hiyo ndio njia moja ya kuboresha, kukimarisha kipakata Kiswahili, kuhakikisha kwamba mawanda yake yamefanya nini? Yamepanuka.
Nikiongezea pale
kidogo, tutarudi kwako. Tutachukua muda kidogo wa mapumziko, alafu tutarudi kuendelea na ibada.
Asante.
Tarehe 7 Julai kila mwaka ni siku imetengwa kuadhimisha sikukuu ya Kiswahili duniani. Wanaozungumza na kuienzi lugha ya Kiswahili hukongamana na kusherehekea utamaduni, utajiri na urithi wa lugha tuipendayo. Kauli mbiu ya mwaka huu ni Kiswahili kwa amani, mshikamano na diplomasia ya uchumi wa kimataifa. KBC imekuwa mstari wa mbele kuchangia ukuaji wa lugha ya Kiswahili kupitia vipindi vyetu vya redio na televisheni. KBC ikishirikiana na Maktaba Mart Educational Publishers na Kenya High itakuletea maadhimisho haya mbashara kutoka Kenya High School Nairobi, Jumanne hii kuanzia saa 5 mchana.
My name is Joshua Taba, and I'm Canada's High Commissioner to Kenya. I'm here at KBC Channel 1 talking about the FIFA World Cup. It's been a great honor for Canada to be one of the 3 co-hosts for this tournament, and Canada's men's team is exceeding expectations. We're playing Morocco in the round of 16, and across the country, people could not be more excited. We're also thrilled for our co-hosts, Mexico and the United States, also in the round of 16. This has been a fantastic tournament with tense, exciting games, late goals and stoppage time, exciting penalty shootouts. It's been a fabulous tournament, and I think probably the best FIFA World Cup of all time.
Pindi tunapowasha vifaa vyetu, tunapata fursa ya kutangamana na wasikilizaji wetu.
Karibu sana thĩinĩ wa tabarĩra ya Rwiga.
Tunapeperusha utangazaji ulobobea katika habari,
Nĩ ũndũ wa macio na mangĩ maingĩ,
burudani,
Aha nĩ harĩa tũkoragwo tũkĩigua nyĩmbo mwaki nyĩmbo hoda,
na hamasisho la kiroho. Usiachwe nyuma. Jiunge nasi kwa safari ya kufana katika 99.5 FM. Soro FM.
Asante sana kwa kuitizama KBC Channel 1. Tunaongea maneno yanayohusiana na siku ya Kiswahili duniani. Kabla ya kwenda mapumzikoni, Otino alikuwa anaongea na ulikuwa unataka kuchangia katika maongezi yake.
Naam, ulikuwa umemuuliza kuhusiana na namna ya kuwafanya wanafunzi waweze kuboreka katika lugha ya Kiswahili. Na maelezo yake ni maelezo mazuri na ya kina. Vile vile ningependa kusema kwamba wanafunzi hawa ama watoto waweze kuelezwa ama kuhamasishwa kuhusiana na umuhimu wa lugha hii ya Kiswahili. Kwa nini nasema hivyo? Wanafaa waelewa kwamba Kiswahili kina nafasi sawa na lugha ya Kiingereza.
Kweli.
Kwa wakati mwingi na muda mwingi huwa wanasema kwamba Kiswahili ni lugha ambayo ni ya watu fulani. Ukielewa Kiswahili unachukua mkondo fulani wa taaluma. Wanasahau kwamba Kiswahili ni kimewekwa katika kiwango sawa na Kiingereza. Jambo jingine ambalo naweza sema pengine tukishirikiana na Maktaba Mart, walipokuja shuleni wanafunzi wetu wameandika vitabu. Na ni kutokana na hamasisho na kuwaeleza wawe na mtazamo chanya kuhusiana na lugha hii. Waweze kutumia muda wao wakati wanapumzika wao wakiandika. Kwa sasa nakwambia ukija kwetu utapata wanafunzi wameandika vitabu vingi tu ambavyo tutazindua kesho. Mtaviona. Kwa hivyo tutumie njia nyingi kuweza kuhamasisha wanafunzi hao waelewe kwamba Kiswahili ni lugha ambayo wanaweza tumia kujiendeleza kiuchumi. Si kusema tu weka mawe mitandaoni waandike vitabu.
Lakini pia niko na swali. Ukiangalia Kiswahili katika mtaala wetu wa masomo, tunaweza sema Kiingereza kimepewa kipaumbele shuleni kuliko Kiswahili.
Wakati walikuwa wanapendekeza idadi ya masomo mara ya kwanza, unajua kwamba walikuwa wamesema kwamba Kiswahili iwe lugha ambayo ni ya kuchagua.
Kweli.
Kwa hivyo tuliamua kusimama tisti bwana. Tukasema kwamba haiwezekani. Kwa sababu walikuwa wameweka Kiswahili na lugha zetu za kiasili pamoja. Tukasema okay, kama mtakiweka pamoja basi wacha sisi wenye tunakitetea Kiswahili tujitokeze. Kuna haja gani Kiswahili iwe ni lugha ya kimataifa alafu mnakuja hapa kufanya nini? Kukidunisha. Kwa hivyo tulibeba matawi, tukasema kwa mara hii tutaweka mawe. Tuliweka. Kwa hivyo sasa hivi Kiswahili kimewekwa mahali pake. Tuna vipindi 5 kwa juma sawia na Kiingereza. Hatulalamiki sana. Angalau tumepewa, nasema kwamba heri nusu shari kuliko shari kamili. Ya, kwa hivyo hatutalalamika sana.
Naam. Changia kabla kuchangia tena kwa mkuu wangu wa idara ni kwamba amesema vizuri. Kitu kimoja ambapo tena tumegundua, umeuliza swali nzuri kwamba Kiingereza kimepewa kipaumbele kuliko Kiswahili ama namna gani? Kukujibu, angalia kwa mfano Tanzania. Masomo yote yamo katika lugha ya Kiswahili. Kama ni somo la fizikia, Kiswahili, biolojia, Kiswahili, hisabati, Kiswahili. Lakini tuangalie nchini Kenya, somo la Kiswahili ni Kiswahili tu. Haya masomo mengine katika lugha gani? Ya Kiingereza. Hicho ni kipaumbele tayari. Haya tuna bahati moja kwamba katiba mpya ya 2010 ambayo ilibuniwa iliweza kupatia Kiswahili nafasi kifinyu kidogo. Nafasi kwamba iwe lugha rasmi. Mwanzoni ilikuwa lugha gani? Ilikuwa tu Kiingereza. Kwa sasa tunajivunia kiduchu tu kwamba serikali imejaribu kadri ya uwezo wake kusema kwamba lugha ya Kiswahili jambo lingine ambalo limeleta sasa tunasema kwamba uzuri zaidi. Kwa Kiswahili sasa kimeweza kutumiwa tena bungeni. Masuala ya bungeni tena miswada mingi Kiswahili. Lakini angalia wabunge wangapi wanatumia lugha ya Kiswahili? Na wakati wanatumia lugha ya Kiswahili ni kukejeli tu, alafu ndo ulete mzaha tu, lakini si katika mawanda pana ya lugha ya Kiswahili. Kwa hivyo kile ambacho nasema ni kwamba serikali imejaribu sana, lakini upeo mkubwa sana. Watanzania wameendelea sana katika kukuza Kiswahili, lakini chimbuko la Kiswahili ni wapi? Afrika Mashariki ndio, lakini wapi? Pwani. Kwa hivyo kile ambacho nasema ni kwamba tujaribu sana. Vile mwenzetu amesema, ndio Kenya tumejaribu, wazazi wajaribu. Pia sasa kila mtu ajivunie kuzungumza lugha ya Kiswahili.
Biriti, nafasi ya maktaba, Mat Education Publishers, katika kuandaa na kuchapisha vitabu vya Kiswahili vinavyokidhi mtaala na mahitaji ya wanafunzi kwa sasa, mchango wako hapo ni upi?
Kwanza kabisa ningependa kusema kwamba tunashukuru Maktaba Mat kwa sababu ni shirika la kwanza la uchapishaji kuweza kukidhamini na kukitangaza Kiswahili kama lugha ya kimataifa. Vile vile tuna machapisho mbalimbali tu ya Kiswahili. Kwa sasa tuna mwongozo wa Bembea ya Maisha. Tuna mwongozo wa Nguu za Jadi na tuna mwongozo wa Mapambazuko ya Machweo, na vile vile tuna Lulu za Insha na pia kitabu cha Tusome Irabu ya gredi ya 1 hadi 3. Kwa hivyo ninaweza kusema kwamba Maktaba Mat inachangia pakubwa katika kukiendeleza Kiswahili katika uchapishaji, na vile vile kesho tutakapozindua kazi za wanafunzi, kitu ambacho hakijawahi kufanywa na mashirika mengine, tutaweza kuchapisha yale tutakayoyaona bora. Asante.
Mna ushirikiano upi na walimu na waandishi wa shule katika harakati za kukuza Kiswahili? Kuna uhusiano uliopo kati yenu na walimu na waandishi?
Naam, waandishi wetu wengi sana ni walimu. Naam, wajua hatuwezi kuwatumia watu wengine kuandika Kiswahili. Tunatumia walimu wa Kiswahili. Kama Toby hapa ni mwandishi wa Kiswahili. Vile vile Mathias Momanyi ni mwandishi wa Kiswahili. Kwa hivyo tunatumia walimu ambao tunajua wamebobea na wanaelewa mtaala wa CBC kwa kina.
Nikiongezea tu, nimetangamana na vitabu ambavyo vimetoka Maktaba Mat. Nimehusisha pakubwa na uhariri pamoja na kuangalia iwapo kuna uwiano na mtaala mpya wa CBC. Vitabu hivi vimeandikwa kwa mtindo wa CBC. Kwa hivyo mimi kivyangu, najua Bwana Otieno pia ametangamana navyo. Kivyangu vitabu hivi ni vitabu ambavyo naweza kuproposia wazazi. Samahani Bwana Otieno. Kwa sababu lazima pia waelewe. Na wapendegezea wazazi. Ni vitabu vizuri. Miongozo yao ndio tunatumia shuleni. Mingi tu ukienda maktaba yetu utapata miongozo kutoka maktaba Mat Publishers. Wanafunzi wetu pia tumewaambia watumie miongozo kutoka maktaba Mat, kwa sababu ni miongozo ambayo inaelekeza wanafunzi na pia wametumia mitindo ambayo inahitajika. Huyu bwana anasema kwamba ni SEE, Assistant Chief Examiner. Wakati wanasahisha wana mtaala pale, wanasema mwanafunzi huyu ana mtaala, na ndio unapata pia wanafunzi wetu wakiingia shule hivi, kitu cha kwanza tunawapa kama Biblia ni mtalaa.
Labda kuchangia hiyo maktaba Mat.
Ukichangia hivyo, nataka juu ya wakati utaongea mambo na mwaliko kwa umma na ni wapi sherehe zitakuwa zinafanyika.
Asante. Maktaba Mat, kwa kweli mimi ni mwandishi wa muda mrefu sana na nilikuwa natumia shirika tofauti katika uchapishaji, lakini kwa sababu ya mazungumzo nao na vile ambavyo nimeona kazi yao kuntu nimeweza kuungana na wao. Jambo lingine nataka kusema kuhusu mwaliko wa kesho, tunaalika kila mmoja mpenzi wa lugha sharafu ya Kiswahili katika shule tajika ya kitaifa ya The Kenya High School. Na kutakuwa na mambo mengi tu. Tumealika watu wengi, wamealikwa wasomi watalamiki wa lugha hii ya sharafu ya Kiswahili, tukiwa na Profesa Clara Momanyi. Profesa Clara Momanyi ni mwandishi chupavu sana wa vitabu. Kimoja chapo tunatumia shuleni ambacho ni Nguza Jadi, kinatumia Kenya nzima katika kuuza fasihi. Vile vile kuna mwandishi mwingine anaitwa Dr. Assumpta Matei. Assumpta Matei ni mwandishi chupavu pia, ameandika vitabu vingi tu. Tukiwa na fani ya fasihi simulizi. Na vile vile kuna Kendagol, Profesa Kendagol, ambaye pia ni mwandishi, ni mtu ambaye amebobea sana, ni mhadhiri wa chuo kikuu cha Moi. Kwa hivyo watu wengi watakuwepo na kutakuwa na mambo mengi ya kuzungumziwa. Labda nieleze wazi tu kwa kiduchu tu, kutakuwa na vipengele 11 vya kushughulikiwa. Kwa kuvitaja baadhi yavyo tu, kutakuwa na mijadala ama midahalo ambapo tutakuwa na ya kuzungumzia kuhusu fasihi, vitabu vya fasihi kwa ujumla wake. Kutakuwa na nyimbo, nyumba za Uswahilini, miondoko, naomba watu wataviona tu, miondoko ya kila aina. Pia tutakuwa na mashairi. Iwapo kuna mwanafunzi ambaye ni mpevu katika mashairi, tutakuwa na mashairi. Jambo la nne tutakalokuwa nalo siku hiyo, kutakuwa na wale ambao ni utangazaji habari. Iwapo kuna mwanafunzi ambaye ana kipawa cha kuweza kutangaza habari, anajumuishwa. 5, kutakuwa na masuala kuhusu nini? Kuhusu uzinduzi wa vitabu. Kuna baadhi ya wanafunzi ambao ni waandishi wa vitabu wataweza kujumika pale. Kwa hivyo mambo ni mengi sana yataweza kuzungumziwa na waaliko ni wengi mno. Kutakuwa na Profesa Yiro ambaye ni Vice Chancellor wa Daystar University na wengine wengi tumewaalika. Kutakuwa na msemaji wa serikali Dr. Mwaura. Kwa hivyo tumealika watu wengi sana. Kwa hivyo tunawaomba, kutakuwa na CS Culture. Kwa hivyo watu wengi watakuwepo. Kwa hivyo tunaomba watu wote kwa pamoja, tuje pamoja, tukuze lugha ya Kiswahili, tukiinue Kiswahili, tukipakate Kiswahili, tujenge lugha ya Kiswahili. Asante sana.
Mwito wako tukimalizia.
Namaliza kwa kusema hivi, wapenzi wa Kiswahili, lugha hii ni lugha tamu sana. Ni lugha ambayo haina ugumu wote. Ukiamua mara moja ukitumia Kiswahili, wacha tukitumie Kiswahili. Kesho ni Sabasaba. Ni siku ambayo tunakuja kujumuika pamoja. Wapenzi wa lugha hii ya Kiswahili, njooni tuketi chini tusemezane ili tuweze kubaini na kuweka mikakati ya kuhakikisha kwamba Kiswahili kinasonga mbele. Hata nawe usikose, tunakualika.
Kiingilio? Tafadhali, kiingilio ni kwamba kwa wale ambao watakuja bila kushiriki chochote, mtu mzima 1000, mtu mwanafunzi 500. Wala watakaoshiriki katika makundi ya watu 10 ama wakizidi sana 15, shilingi 3000. Na hii inamaanisha kipengele kimoja 3000. Kama utaingia vipengele 11, 1030 na ngapi? Na 3. Hesabu hiyo inaingia vizuri. Asante sana, tunashukuru.
Vile vile tutakuwa na vitabu tutaviuza kwa bei nafuu kwa ajili ya kusherekea siku ya Kiswahili. Tutakuwa na vitabu vya Kiswahili na pia machapisho yetu ya Kiingereza. Karibuni sana.
Na washukuruni sana kwa kuja kuchangia katika huu mdahalo wa kuikuza lugha ya Kiswahili. That has been Moses Otieno, who is the head of exams, Kenya High School, Purity Cherono, who is a communication specialist, editor and AI linguistic expert, and also Ekesa Toby, who is the head of Kiswahili department at Kenya High School. This conversation ends now. Up next is Vivian Ndegwa with Family Check. My name is Mike Migwe. Thank you for tuning in. Stay with us.
Anyway, ukitaka kutazama mchezo yote iko KBC.
To many of us, it's just known as the Archives. It's one of the most well-known landmarks and meeting place in Nairobi's Central Business District. But a historical building in its own right, a national treasure. Not much is known of the National Archives. Not its history, nor its functions. Not even the priceless surprise it holds inside. The Kenya's and Pan-African treasures and a vast gallery displaying both national and continental artifacts, with some so rare they're found nowhere else. In this mini-feature series, we will open your eyes to what you've been probably missing and you never knew all this while. Give you an inner glimpse of the famous yet unassuming building in the city and some of the national treasures it holds inside for all of us to see. The Kenya National Archives and Documentation Services is an archival central and a home to a wealth of cultures and invaluable history on display for all to experience. A time capsule right in the heart of the Kenya's capital, Nairobi. Meet Mary Ann Wanyonyi, the Deputy Director at the National Archives. She shares her great insights on the history of this colossal structure and its genesis.
Kenya National Archives, for the public and the majority, have always been coming as a monument, a place for meeting. A majority of, you're talking about your audience, if you ask them, they'll be telling you like a landmark, let us meet at archives, but they have never known what is this archives, what are some of the things that are at the archives. So yes, let me demystify some things. One, this building that houses now the Kenya National Archives was built in 1928. It was initially the Bank of India, It started operations during those 1930s, but it was built in 1928. So Kenya Commercial Bank bought then the building in 1970. This is why behind the Kenya National Archives there's a matatu stage that is called Commercial, because KCB was housed at Kenya National Archives. So then from 1970 to 1978, the government bought this property and then relocated Kenya National Archives from Jogo House basement to come and occupy Kenya National Archives. So officially Kenya National Archives began operations in this building in the 80s, 1980 to 82.
According to the deputy director, most artworks and artifacts found here at the National Archives are credited to Joseph Murumbi, Kenya's second vice president, who was not only a great enthusiast of African culture and its way of life, but also a collector of artifacts. Some of them are as a result of generous donations from collaborations with other countries.
Some of the galleries, the artifacts that you have seen have been donated as gifts. They were given to him as gifts. And then he decided to preserve them at the Kenya National Archives, but not all. So because you have seen different cultures in Africa, not just specifically Kenya, you have seen things from Nigeria. They were given as gifts to him. So we are preserving culture cutting across in Africa.
The Kenya National Archives serves several key mandates and functions. These attributes have not only served us, the public, but also our government. In addition, foreign researchers who are keen to learn a thing or two about the Kenyan and African history, as well as her people, culture, and way of life, often come here.
After independence, 1965, there's an act that was passed in Parliament, the Public Archives Act, which established now two things. One, the office of the director, Kenya National Archives. Then two, functions and mandate of the Kenya National Archives. So after the act in 1965, which established the Kenya National Archives, 1990, the government added another mandate to the Kenya National Archives. That is why it is called Kenya National Archives and Documentation Service. So the documentation service was added as a function to us in 1990. At the Kenya National Archives, some of the functions that we normally do is not only allowing people to be able to look at their lineage and find, trace their family history. We are mandated by law, one, to go outside and advise on proper public records management. Then two, we are mandated as well to acquire and preserve archives for posterity and also to make it available.
Some of the biggest achievements made by the Kenya National Archives include the brokerage of peace between Kenya and Somalia over the border strip, the acquisition of post-colonial records from the UK government, and solving land disputes, among many more.
The government pursued our migrated archives, and they were brought in this year in June, 9.1 terabytes of them, 2,665 records of volumes of records that were brought here. So yeah, partnership with the UK pursuing our records and bringing them back is an achievement for us. We have also been used not by government alone, to broker peace. During the Kibaki era, Somalia had a problem with us. The only persons that brokered that issue, seized the fire, was Kenya National Archives, because we produced records to show clear boundaries between Kenya and Somalia. So Somalia remained with their own, we remained with our own. We have partnered with the criminal investigations, police. They all come here for records so that they can be able to solve court cases and deal with the matters to do with criminal cases and land issues. So all of those records, you can access them here.
The Kenya National Archives is indeed a trailblazer in the preservation of the Kenyan culture and its people's history for posterity.
Having an art gallery also is a means of preserving our culture, because some of those artifacts speak about our culture. For example, the pots the significance of those sports as per different tribes of the Republic.
And in the famous words of Marcus Garvey, a people without knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots.
All right, and Good Morning Kenya gets to continue, and right now you are in time for Family Check. Today on Family Check, we are talking matters growing up online and what are the dangers that are surrounding, that, or the dangers around that. And we are more than pleased to have enough guests in studio for us to have this conversation, and I will begin with the guest who's seated right next to me. That is Dunstan Akwiri. He is the CEO, Neurobyte Technologies, a lecturer in a cyber tech. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here this morning.
Pleasure too.
All right, and right next to Dunstan, we have Edna Daniel, who's a film production student. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Vivian, for having me.
All right, and then on the other end, I'll begin with the farthest side rather. We have Nicholas Mulela. Nicholas is a data analyst student. Welcome to the show. And then we have Pamela Mbotela. Pamela Mbotela is a journalism student and the CEO and author, Talent Connect. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And then we also have Lloyd S. Makoko, and Lloyd is a journalism student. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Vivian.
Okay, let us begin, and I'd like to start with you, Dunstan. Just what are the biggest dangers that you would say young people are now facing online?
All right. Good morning once more. Thank you for having me. Well, I could start that by asking a question. Did you grow up online yourself?
Partly online.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the dangers, regardless of whether you are an adult or a child, unfortunately, it's the same. You know, cyberbullying to start with, phishing, and many other cyber attacks, just like the way adults and companies do face cyber attacks. Yeah. So top of the list, I will say cyberbullying, because we all know that since not many people will actually know who you are online, that warrants them to actually just say whatever they feel like saying. And it has a very big impact to this particular child, especially when growing up. So top of the list, I will actually talk of cyberbullying, I'll talk of phishing, I will talk of credentials theft, in terms of, you take your parents or your guardian's credit card or bank card, or even home address, and then you put them on the online platforms, and that is where now malicious users can be able to get them.
So there's clearly a lot of dangers.
A lot of them.
When it comes to the online space.
Yes.
And we'll get deeper into all of that, but I'd just like to get to hear from the younger people. Is there a lesson that you've learned online the hard way?
On my side, I've learned a few lessons so far. Mostly, I will tell about mental health for me, because at some point I've seen people, friends, relatives actually distracted on the online platform mostly. They get to have low esteem at some point, of which it's actually a bad thing, because it's destroying us mostly as young people, depending on online, mostly digital platforms. To an extent, one can be so desperate on followers, gaining likes, only focusing on your online platforms, but at the end of the day, you don't care about your mental health, and this distracts. It comes with more science, mostly. You don't have to just do it and see yourself in a mental health issue, but you just see it by your actions day by day on the online platforms.
I hear you. And Lloyd, I don't know, is there a lesson you would say you've learned the hard way online?
Yeah. For me, I'll say peer pressure. You see, when I'm scrolling in online, I see like people my age with cars, big houses and stuff, and I start putting a lot of pressure in myself, not knowing the process they took in order to achieve whatever they have. So I'm like, I've wasted my life, whatever. I'm just here like in this, you get me?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I put a lot of pressure in myself because I'm seeing what people my age are doing right now. Yeah.
Pamela, would you say that you also get to go through the same thing, especially when it comes to comparisons online?
Yeah, I couldn't say that I'm a culprit of that, because I'm talking out of experience. I mean, sometimes if they're online, you wish to live the life that others are showing their outside, without knowing that some people are faking life, they're online. So I've also learned from that.
Yeah. Nicholas?
Personally, I've learned the hard way. It dates back to when I was in primary. I remember there was a time I was with my phone, then I saw this app, then it was a malicious app. I didn't know it wasn't the real one, so I thought to myself that maybe I should try this app. Then someone hacked my personal number through the app. Then suddenly I started receiving calls. Then why are you demanding money from me? Why are you demanding money from me?
Yeah.
So I learned the hard way that sometimes we should be keen when we are online.
Yeah, and Danson, I would like for you to pick from there, with what Nicholas was saying. For him, he was just, you just find this app and you download it, but then again, it might be, you find that it's not really safe.
Yeah.
So is there a way that one can be able to truly be safe online?
I wouldn't say there is a way 100% to be fully safe online. And like I mentioned, it cuts across. I mean, the same problems adults go through in the cyberspace or the online space is the same problems that the young ones go through. So what we can do rather is try as much as we can to make it safer. And one of the ways we can do that is always cyber education, whereby you need to make sure that the young ones also understand, what can be real and what can be fake. Not even in terms of content, but in terms of applications, in terms of links and what have you. Because downloading an application is one thing, but then downloading an application from a verified platform, a verified website is something else. But you see, they will not be able to know and understand they have not been taught. So cyber education is very important, not only to adults but even to young ones, because it will be able to make them understand the difference between the two, good and bad, or real and not real. Another thing we can be able to do is parents can be able to actually use privacy settings on for example, social media, whereby they need to inform the kids and make them aware that we have got different settings that will make your account private. Now, I think we should have started by this. There is no way that we'll be able to actually make the young ones not get onto social media platforms. So they will be there. That is one fact that we need to agree with. But then if they are there, how can we make them safe? We have got applications that have parental controls, especially if the kid is below 18, that can be able to make sure that the content they are viewing is actually appropriate for them. Not the other content, adulthood content. Other than that, something very important I would recommend is keeping an open communication. Whereby your kids need to come to you in case they feel something is not right, or in case they want to inquire about something. We shouldn't make them always do things on their own. Like, you want TikTok, just go to App Store, Play Store, download TikTok, and then you sign in. yeah, which is, you know, a very, very big thing. And, you know, it also helps in reporting cyberbullying. Your kid will be able to come to you and tell you, you know what, mom, dad, or my guardian, this and this has happened. And therefore now you can be able to take appropriate measures. Finally, I would recommend to the government to have a SIM framework.
Okay.
Many other countries have implemented, actually. I think even Zambia has implemented, Philippines have implemented, Russia have implemented, whereby young ones can be able to have SIM cards, but then they are registered to parents.
Okay.
And you see, when that happens, we can be able to have a network level filtering, whereby we have got some of the many contents which can be filtered from the network level. So you cannot be able to access some certain websites that have not been whitelisted by the parents.
Yeah.
So that's how I would look at it.
Yeah, that's one way of, you know, just trying to ensure that we are having our young ones safer online.
Yeah, and of course, always promoting kid-safe platform. Look at YouTube. We've got YouTube for kids. Yeah, so YouTube for kids, definitely it filters all the adult content. And it's very, very unlikely that you will find very funny, crazy comments on YouTube for kids. Yeah, the Cocomelon things, for example. Yeah, very unlikely.
What role does the internet play in your everyday life?
So, in my everyday life, the internet helps me mostly interact with people from even different parts of the countries, know their cultures also, and also just make bonds out there. At the same time, the internet helps me in my day-to-day living. I can be able to search on healthy routines for myself. I can be able to search on big things that I can do or explore out there. And it's actually beneficial. The internet is benefiting us mostly as students. We get to, despite the ChatGPT thing, we get to also learn things online. Despite being in class, being taught things, there are things you cannot actually get fully in class. You just have to go out there, push yourself, and use the internet to learn more.
And I'm sure now with this younger generation, the Gen Z specifically, many a times maybe you've had issues with your parents because of them complaining that you're always online. You know, that you're always online. Mbona kila saa uko kwa simu? Mbona kila saa uko kwa simu? I'm sure that this is something that maybe most of you, if not all of you, have had to had a struggle with that. So do you feel that there are things that maybe the older generation do not understand specifically about this online space and you being involved in it? Lloyd?
For me, I'll say I kind of side with them. Because you'll find, literally, like, for me, my family, utapata, it's ni jioni, everyone is just on his phone, no communication. It's kind of irritating, actually. I understand them. I understand them.
Yeah. But one would argue also that's where most of you maybe are making your extra coins. So where do we draw that line?
I'll say we should have like okay, for now,
Pamela,
I don't have the answer. Yeah, for now I don't have the answer.
Okay, to me, I can say technology or the internet, I can't take it as a curse or a time wasted because the internet has been a tool for me to learn. So to the parents, yes, I find out that so many parents are being irritated by the way the Gen Zs, or rather today's generation, they are just ever online, but let them know that to some technology is a blessing, or rather the internet is a tool to some. But when it comes to screen addiction, it's very real. To be frank, most of us are addicted with the screen, but let the parents know that some of us are doing something good there. Most of us are using the internet to learn, to do some research, and to be updated, So it depends on how you take it.
Yeah, Nicholas.
Yeah, so basically for me, I say that parents try to police to police what maybe they don't fully understand. So they should try to do the co-piloting, like we should do this together. Not like when we have problems in Ilikuambia, no, this should be our problem. So like we should be able, personally as a freelancer, you know, like this online, I do my businesses there. This way I find my something to sustain me in the university. So like don't say like don't it's okay that I should not spend more time on the screen, but specifically I should also make time for myself, and you know, that's all I can say.
Okay. Remember, you can also be part and parcel of this conversation. As you get to watch us, you can be able to send us a WhatsApp message. The number is 0707 303 212. 0707 303 212. Get in touch with us. Let us know what your thoughts are on the same. That is, what are the dangers of growing up online, or what are the dangers, or what dangers are we facing right now online? You can be part and parcel of this conversation. If you also want to make a call, you can call in live and we will get to listen to you and also be able to read the questions that you send our way. Now, Dan, right now, especially with AI being amidst us, I mean, we're living in a space where one can easily generate fake things. You know, you can fake voices, you can fake images, you can fake videos. So should we be worried about this? And how worrying should this be, or not?
Well, it depends on how you look at it. Now, like he mentioned, you know, he's using the internet to at least get some coin to sustain himself. And so what I will say about it is, you know, the emerging technologies, so they call it AI, being part of the emerging technologies, is really, or is going to make people lose a lot of jobs, and at the same time is going to make people billionaires, not just millionaires. So the question should always be, should not be being on the screen the whole time. The question should be, what are you doing during the time you're on screen? So maybe just to correct my younger brother, it's not really parent policing what you're doing, but it is their responsibility to make sure that, you know, you're safe, and not just physically, but, you know, mentally and online. And so, yes, it is a blade that is sharper on either side. We should be worried about, you know, deep fakes, you know, voices, because AI is smart and very smart. It's able to do so many things. It doesn't get tired and all that. And at the same time, I know of people who actually make music using AI, and they're able to, they don't need a producer, they don't need anything else. They just need a prompt to make very good music. In fact, one of even a very famous gospel music that I'm sure you've heard of was actually made by AI. I will not mention that though. And you see, many people are actually creating this, and it's actually very easy. The free package gives you around 8 songs per day, and you can be able to upload on YouTube and, you know, get more subscribers and get more money and all that. But at the same time, someone can actually use that to harm other people, can use that to be able to mimic my voice, my face, and, you know, say things that are not true. So it just depends on how we use it, because either way, we can't say that, you know, we are now having AI that we only use it for good. And what that means is how we are able to actually let our people know the good side of using these particular tools is very important. Because if you just let them to go and explore, then that is where now, you know, there is bad and good. But then from an early stage, if you're able to let them know and understand that, you know, we have got these tools and this is how better we can be able to use them, then it becomes a game changer.
And even Edna, as a film production student, would you also say that, you know, what he's just from talking about, it is enhancing you know, even your skills in one way or the other, if you decide to now pick it up, specifically AI, to help you with your, you know, with your work as well?
I will say, as a film student, AI definitely gives a good approach to film in a way, because there's certain techniques in film that you have to learn from even other filmmakers, and mostly I can't encounter a live session being taught something with someone who is in the US or anything, or producers in US. I will just have to see at how, because even in film we have green screens, we have which help actually in this animation stories, in scenes where we get to see extraordinary things from life. So it also helps actually in learning film techniques, mostly even in editing. It really helps so much. You have to know some certain styles and ways to make your film interesting, and mostly you have to learn it through AI at most. Yeah, because not everything you learn by physical teaching or classes. You'll just have to look for other techniques to make something spicy, especially your film. Yeah.
Nicholas, are there times when you struggle to differentiate, or you struggle to point out whether something is AI generated or it's actually real when you're online?
Personally, it's not that hard to figure out.
Okay.
And yeah, AI, we are in a generation where AI has evolved and it is now part of us. So we try to make it kuifanya ikue like part of us pia. And like AI is good at some point, because it helps us, you know, helps in like in coding and other stuff, but at the same time like inafanya mtu asijitegemee sana in critical thinking. You know, there's that time that utakuwa karibu na AI, so what will you do? Yeah, so like I say, like, it goes both ways. It is good and bad in some way. Yeah.
But for you, it's easy for you to know that this is not real and this is actually...
It is easy for me, I can say. Because I've studied, I'm a data analyst, and I work with AI, and my team from 3Peak Media helped me to learn these things.
So you see, for him it's easy because now he's part of it, you know. But I can imagine for most people it's very difficult to get to differentiate.
Vivian, I beg to differ a little. See, AI is basically what we call GIGO in technology, garbage in, garbage out. Now, previously, when Gen AI was coming in place, it was very easy to identify and know. But where we are and where we are heading, I would say, as someone who has been in the space for a very long time, it's actually becoming difficult and difficult every day. Look at, for example, ChatGPT. The way ChatGPT has improved even the models to generate images, and when you look at the posters, they're becoming better every day. And going back to the posters, depending on how you prompt it, that is a whole different topic of prompt engineering. Depending on how you prompt it, you'll be able to get a very confident result. And you can always improve on that particular output that you've gotten. So when you happen to do that, you can get not even almost, I think, a very perfect output depending on how you have prompted. Something called craft framework when you're prompting. So it all depends on how you prompt it and how you use artificial intelligence. That is what you'll be able to get as an output. So it's becoming very difficult to actually be able to know and identify AI generated output, be it an image, be it a video, be it an audio, be it content in terms of written content. So it's becoming more and more difficult, actually. But what really matters is how you prompt it, how you ask it. Many people use very kind words when, having a conversation with AI. Please do this, kindly do this. It doesn't change the output actually, because AI is there to receive instructions, to act on the instructions. And kindly is more feelings, yeah? When I talk to you and say, please do this for me, you'll be obligated. I'm like, they came in a very good way. But you see, AI, when you tell it, do this, and you put kindly there or please, it doesn't change the output. So what really matters is, and I would, urge all of us to actually take time and understand how to prompt AI. Because whatever you can be able to achieve, to talk even graphic designers, whatever you can be able to achieve within a couple of hours, you can achieve it using AI. In fact, a better version of it using seconds. Yeah? I was yesterday looking at this famous movie when we were growing up, The Matrix, whereby the guy was dodging bullets, and he could take bullets, could go curve and all that. And it took more than 100 cameras to do that. And you can actually recreate the scene using AI with a couple of minutes, if not seconds. A perfect scene. There are shadows there, the background and all that. Editing a photo takes seconds, and you can't actually know it's an AI that has edited the photo. Why? Because there is depth, there are shadows, and there are all those factors that a professional editor or designer could actually do. So the bottom line is how you prompt the AI. Yeah. And whether we like it or not, it's becoming better and better every single day.
And it's here with us, so it's
better
just adapt and get to learn it. Pamela, I would like to come to you, and I'm sure that you agree with me on this. Online nowadays, it brings about these beauty standards, and they're very unrealistic beauty standards. And I'm sure because you're online, you've seen, we have ladies trying to wanajibadilisha tu, mara ameongeza nini, mara amepunguza nini, mara nini, and it's simply because of the pressure that comes with being online, specifically as a lady. Would you say that this is something that is that affects you in one way or the other, Pamela?
Okay, yeah, to me, I'll agree with you. It's very true that people are faking life, the way they're using the AI to create content online. They want to fake life, but I feel it's somewhat bad to some of us and good to some of us. It's causing pressure. It's giving some people pressure here outside because they feel, am I not a real human being? I'm not like this, I'm not like this. But the faking, it's somewhat good to some people who believe that we fake until it becomes. So they're trying to fake life and feel. I've seen ladies who pretend that they even use AI to generate a husband and a kid. So you feel, I was a classmate to this lady. She is finally married. I'm not married. She is in USA. I'm not. So they're faking and they're giving some people pressure.
So it comes with a lot of pressure online. And there's something we had touched on a bit, and I would like Lloyd to get into that. Just the validation that sometimes we want out of social media. These platforms that we use every day, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the TikToks that are very popular right now. The validation on these platforms equals likes, equals followers,
So what I'll say, it affects all ages. Let's first start from that. Everyone is affected by this validation thing. You'll go to Facebook, you'll see like old people also they are doing cringe things just to get likes, to get validation from the world. And the young kids too doing harmful pranks to trying to be funny to their age group. It's so bad for them because the digital footprint, the digital footprint will come to harm them later in life. Let's say when they want a job, opportunities, the employers will pull out those videos, and they might miss those opportunities just because of those silly videos.
Okay, allow me to read some of the messages that have come in. Someone is saying, morning, it's Martin. So I think, in my view, as much as the internet is good, growing up with it is a big challenge, especially to the children. They will grow disconnected to people who matter most to them, that is their families, and I also think their intellectual capacity may reduce to some, not all of them. We used to read, we used to read Got Matata at home when free, but now kids watch Baby Shark during their free time. Can you compare the two? Though diversification is still good and should be embraced, it is very important. He's trying to compare between, when we used to sit and read those books, like actual books, and now the difference between that and just putting Baby Shark to allow the child to just concentrate there. Anyway, let me read one more. Good morning, Kenya. What can we do as parents to make sure we spend quality family time with our young ones and still allow them to grow into these ever-changing times of AI? Yeah, maybe Dan, you can take that.
Okay, so let me go way back. Got Matata, you know. And then there was a short story on, I think, English book 4, something to do with Mamsa. So instead of shaking the medicine before giving the kid, she gave the kid and then shook the kid. Good time. Well, what I want parents and everyone to understand is that at no point we are going to take the internet or the digital space away from the current life. But then it all depends on how safe do we want our kids to actually be online. And going back to specifically answer that question, it all depends with your family. I mean, how I would picture it is, it gets to a point whereby at some certain times, from this time to this time, it's family time, it's stories time. It's going out to play. Then the other times we can be able to now be on our phones. And that rule, if for example, if that rule exists in your home, it does not just apply to the kids, it applies to the parents as well. Because many young ones actually learn by seeing. So if you can implement that and be on the front line to own that particular rule or principle at home, then definitely it's going to work. But then many times you find that parents set up a rule, you cannot be able to touch a phone or watch your TV from before 10, but then they're the first ones at 8 to turn on the TV or always on their phones. Many of these kids are actually doing what their parents are doing. So if you can be able to actually say, from this time, hypothetically speaking, from this time to this time, it's family time, it's story time, it's going out to play, then the rest of the time you can be on TV, you can be on your phones. But again, even on TV and on phones, it's always very important to know what they're accessing. So that's what it's, and actually Got Matata, it's digitized now. We don't have to physically access the books. So you can be able,
soft copies. Are we sharing too much online as young people?
Yeah, actually we are right now, because right now I think people are just there to do everything. You can find people are just doing bad things online, but people are hyping it up as if it's something nice, you get. And at the same time, it's so bad actually, because some morals right now are being set aside because people want to do what they want to do for trending purposes. You find someone just beating up someone and it's so trending, people are hyping it up, talking about it, and it's actually it's really affecting us as young people, because our morals are deteriorating in a way, because we need to be so and that's when I come to talk about mental health by then, because you find people out there, just because anything is being done, they're just okay with it. You don't, not like before we used to be told by our parents, don't do this, usicheze na hii because itakufanya hivi, don't access my Facebook my phone anyhowly, just play games only. But right now you find kids are just asking you to go to Facebook. Nataka kuingia kuona something TikTok. And at the same time, you know, TikTok does not restrict any content because it doesn't know it's your child is viewing it.
Yes.
So she comes to see things, videos that are so immoral out here, and it changes their view on morality.
Yeah. And even with that, does digital reputation matter? You can take that. Does it matter? And I know Lloyd had touched a bit on it. So does it matter? For you as a young person, do you think your digital reputation matters?
Yeah, definitely, because you never know who's looking at you.
Yeah.
You may find what you post can be used in the future in determining the opportunities utapata.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can be posting bad stuff online, and then your employers will bring that up during your interview. Wakuulize ni nini ulikuwa unafanya. You see now, because what you did back then imekuharibia your future.
Yeah. Nicholas, online reputation, it matter?
Yeah, it matters because sorry, it matters because at first, you know, you're digital. Mostly you build like in the Malika LinkedIn. That's where you post, like una build your
portfolio.
Yeah. So you know, so like watu wakiona ni nini Nicholas anafanya hapo online, and they see what this guy is capable of, and they see what the morals this guy has, and if he can be able to fit in this kind of kwa hii nini tunataka kumpatia, it will be good, you see. So I think reputation matters a lot, and it's up to the young people who are growing online to wajue ni nini wanataka wateka online for their good. Yeah.
Pamela, kuna mtu anaweza kuwa anasema, you know, me I post what I post, and I don't really care what happens, because I mean in the future sinaweza rudi tu na ni delete, you know, like naweza rudi tu na ni delete everything yenye nilikuwa nimepost, and I feel maybe it can put me in jeopardy.
Okay, that's so bad of him or her, because we have what we call online footprint or digital footprint, whereby everything that you post, it's there. Even if you post today, something has to come, we have an evidence of whichever thing that you've posted. So to those people who are just posting everything, weird things, but we are in a very funny world. We live in a permissive generation, whereby when you post a negative thing, you are likely to have more views than someone posting positive thing. Yeah, that's how weird our generation is. Yeah. So I feel for people who are just posting and thinking that there is no evidence of what they post, let them note that there is this thing we call online footprint. It will have a statistic of everything that you're posting. So let's begin. And one advice to such person: before you post, before you share, just be clear of what you're sharing. Before you click to share, think, just tell that person you think before you click, and before you share, you verify, and before you post, you prepare. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your final remarks, because unfortunately time is not on our side. Maybe I'll begin with you, Nicholas.
So my final remark is, as we are growing online, parents should know that this now is part of us. They should help us, like, as I said earlier, co-piloting. So like they should help us in, you know, to learn. We learn with them, so that pia like ikuwe rahisi ku manage their kids and everything, because at the end of the day we can't evade the internet. Yeah.
All right, Pamela.
Okay, my final remarks. You will allow me on grab something about because I'm on how the in this Afri Talent Connect. where dreams meet opportunity. In chapter 6 of this book, it's on page 73, I've talked about the issue. Coincidentally, what we've been discussing about, I've also discussed about the same issue in this chapter 6 of this book. So I would just give one thing to the parents watching me, to the teachers, and the society at large.
Okay.
We can use digital or online or technology wise, and it's our all responsibility on how we are handling it. Thank you.
All right, Edna?
So I will prefer to say that those people, we should, as the society, we should be able to regulate our kids on online platforms, be able to be there to confirm what they post online, and also validate everything. And at the same time, we as students, we should also prioritize using AIs, especially as media students, because there are a lot of things and a lot of techniques coming up day in, day out, and we should be also to be able to embrace on them and actually make it good and easy to use AI out here.
Got you. Lloyd?
We should use, the internet comes with a lot of positivity, and we should maximize on its advantages. There are a lot of stuffs to learn, a lot of skills that you can learn from the internet. Please make use of it.
All right. Dan, thank you so much for being here with us. Dan, before I take your final remarks, I'm sure that there's one thing that most of us have gotten to deal with in one way or the other, and that is hacking in one way or the other. So when someone gets hacked, what should be your immediate response? What should you do immediately?
Okay, so hacking is basically getting unauthorized access to a digital device. So it depends, is it your phone, is it your laptop? But either way, the first thing to do is disconnect from the internet. Not switching off, disconnect from the internet, because that is one way through you're able to get connectivity to your device.
All right, I'll take your final remarks.
Thank you for that. Now, a couple of things. One is it's an all-rounded opportunity for all of us, policymakers, that is the government, to look at different framework that can be able to be implemented to ensure child safety or online safety for all of us. Just to echo on digital identity, it's actually a very important aspect. And look at it from this angle. Whatever you post will be used for or against you in this particular lifetime, or even after you leave. When you even go to apply for a passport for some certain countries, one of the things they actually do a background check is your social media post. If you are, for example, I think pro-Iran, you will not be able to get, visa, not passport, sorry, visa, to go to countries like Israel, and vice versa. So digital identity is so important. The bottom line is, if you cannot say it in public, then don't post it. That should always be the rule of thumb. If you can't say it in public, then don't post it. The final remark is, we cannot run away from the internet, and the goal is not to make people not use the internet, especially the young ones. But the objective is to make sure that they use it safely. And of course, it's a continuous process that keeps on being readjusted over and over.
All right. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Now, as we finalize, my colleagues have joined the chat. Mike, yes. I am sure that, this conversation is not just for the young ones. The conversation that we are talking about, just how safe are we online? It's not just for the younger generation. It cuts across every one of us. So have you also just maybe encountered, or been at a position where you truly need to check on your devices?
Yeah, we are living in a time when there's this culture of cancelling. So you have to be very careful about touchy topics. And also as a journalist, you need to be very sure of what you are posting, because it may impact on your career negatively. So this is a situation where you need actually self-censorship is very important. You have to be mindful of what you are posting, because the internet never forgets.
It does not.
Yeah.
It does not forget. It leaves that footprint and it stays there.
That digital footprint will remain there for a very long time. You have to be careful of how you're utilizing this social media space. Yeah.
All right. And today you are speaking Swahili.
My friend.
That was so
Actually, I was just about to ask Mike if still breathing. Because his pulse rate during that show, that segment.
Well, I did well.
His pulse rate was so hard. I could actually hear it from the other side of the studio. Mike, you did well. Actually, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes.
Though kulikuwa na matamchi kidogo ilikuwa natokelezea hapo.
Yeah, kuna matamchi mawili matatu.
Matamchi kidogo. But you did well. Kiswahili is one of those interesting languages, right?
Yeah.
And you see, having the two teachers from Kenya High and the lady, they really pump some sense in our heads. And yeah, for some of us, we leave them to you, the likes of Kamche Menza, to do it whatever they can, the likes of Nancy Okware and Eleni Ivo. But yeah, but this is my advice. There's a day, you talked about living online, right?
Yeah.
Some years ago when I was looking for a job somewhere, and yes, I got a job. I got that job. Do you know the first question I was asked? What is your social media handle? And the late Robin Njogu asked me about my social media handle. And I showed him.
Yeah.
And he said, let me see what you post. And he went through my social media, literally. He took his time, and that's how I was interviewed. It was as simple as that.
Yeah. And that's the reality now.
It was as simple as that.
Yeah.
What you post online, he said, sit, what is your social media handle? All right. Okay. He typed on his laptop. He went through. He said, okay. So you'll be taken around, you'll be given the badge and all that thing. That's how it was. So what you post on social media is very important. All right?
Yes, and that's the best way to end this conversation.
Yeah.
Just mind your online reputation. It is very, very important. Did you get predictions for today's game?
Yes. So the World Cup field actually has been reduced from 48 teams now to 16.
Yes.
And many teams have been surviving, come from the 32, progressed through the stages. Some of them have been knocked out. Some of the big teams have given us surprises. But are they going to get one more surprise today? Spain versus Portugal. My question is, Cristiano Ronaldo is 41. And is he becoming a help to Portugal or a hindrance to their progression?
Oh, wow. Is that what you're going to say about our goats?
That's just my question. Is he a hindrance or a help to Portugal? Okay?
Yeah.
So today, this is arguably one of the best picks for the round of 16.
Yeah.
And Spain, yes, they are still showing some tenacity. I see them trying to upset Portugal 2-1. That is my prediction. So Portugal, yes, they are really struggling. There is a little bias. Ronaldo is trying to outshine members of the team. That is according to me. And Spain is going to take advantage of that. So my prediction is a narrow 2-1 win in favor of Spain.
In favor of Spain.
All right?
Yeah.
So if you want to talk Victor the Octopus, yeah.
I think Portugal are going to take that game and they're going to win 1-0.
1-0?
Yeah.
I also feel
Spain.
like... I also feel like
1-0 to Portugal?
Yeah, 1-0 to Portugal.
Okay.
I also feel like Portugal, there's some level of pressure on Portugal, given that Cristiano Ronaldo is one of their players. So I think there's some level of expectation and pressure that is expected or being put on Portugal to perform.
All right. Okay, we need to call it a wrap right now. Remember, you can catch that game, Portugal versus Spain, tonight at 10 p.m. right here on KBC Channel 1. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
na mimi ni shabiki wa Brazil. Yes, na hii kitu lazima tubebe sisi kama timu Gabi. Nimeona pale game yetu so far imekuwa fiti na finale ni between sisi na Morocco. Yes, Afrika pia lazima ifike finale. Morocco versus Brazil. Then Brazil wapige na hivyo ndo vilitakuwa. Yes. By the way, mimi kwanza nashukuru KBC sana. Juu mechi za kwanza hadi saa hii bado mmeniweka tu tune. Unaona? Wakenya tuingie pale, to watch hii World Cup hadi mwisho, siongoje atupewe hadithi. Wewe jiingize tu hapo jione mechi. Tune in kwa KBC na mimi na kongra KBC na dimba ndo ndo raha yetu.
The wait is over. KBC Iko Huduma Center. Starting with Nairobi, kupata huduma za KBC imekuwa rahisi. From digital guidance and signet services to booking of commercial adverts and documentaries. Visit our dedicated desks at Huduma Center GPO, Times Square, Makadara, Kibera or Eastleigh. Tunakungoja hapo. Whether it's a casual announcement or a specialized media solution for your business, we are here to serve you. KBC at Huduma Centers, moving closer to you. Your station, your service.
Are you ready for the next big thing in tech? Well, with Spotlight, Kenya's brightest young minds, game-changing startups, and breakthrough technology that are shaping our future. From AI and robotics to sustainable futures, we bring you the stories behind the scenes. KBC Channel